Super League basketball is levelling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Well, good evening and welcome to Crystal Palace. We're at the iconic Leisure Centre here, formerly the National Sports Centre, and so many big basketball and sporting moments have taken place here and at the nearby athletics track as well. Tonight, it's London Lions versus Newcastle Eagles, take 2. Game 1, London Lions won by 18, so Newcastle Eagles, who are short-handed, but with Dion Hammond back, have got a mountain to climb. Can they do it on DAZN, live and exclusive tonight? We're at the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre, London Lions versus the Newcastle Eagles.
Well, fantastic block by Joe Scott. Good old two, and at the other end, there we go, highlight play. Gusty's so athletic, isn't he? Great pass out, round from the corner, 3-point is good. Long is too long. Look who got the offensive rebound, but the putback isn't any good. Out at the other end, bang goes Dean Williams.
Big win for the Lions on the road. Can they take care of business tonight?
Yeah, and that's got to be the mission, Grant. We were talking prior to coming on air, and of course, head coach Taufida Sabonis, knowing him the way you do, he's the kind of guy that's not going to want to mess around with Newcastle. Not going to want to give them hope. This is a team that comes in with just 2 substitutes tonight, so you're facing a squad that dresses 11 or 12. I got to think they're going to want to drag him into deep waters and end this thing quickly.
Yeah, they certainly do not want to be with this game still on tap in the second half. They want things taken care of. Well, we spoke to the coaches earlier this evening, and this is what they had to say. Game 2 of a 2-game series, you're plus 18. How are you feeling, and the guys going into this one?
We got to be ready. Very dangerous team, regardless of the injuries. We see Hammond's looking ready to play today, so another guy that can come in and give them spark, give them offense. So we just got to be ready to play today and execute 40 minutes.
And the key dangers on the other side of the court with Newcastle, apart from Hammond, they have been short-handed. But what's the main focus for you guys?
For us to be focused 40 minutes, not to relax, to take the game to where we needed to take it. We got to watch Clark. Clark did a lot of damage in the first half. The other day, we got to be prepared for him, and just be ready to execute 40 minutes possession after possession.
Cam Auguste again, another really good game, but you had a lot of output from a lot of different players yet again, and a lot of points off the bench. Is that the formula for you guys the whole season and moving forward?
Yeah, well, whoever's day it is, that guy goes. There's no, today's always your day. We got to be ready to play. What they give us, we got to take, and if they keep giving it, we got to keep taking it until they decide to do something else, and that means somebody else has to go off. But again, it's a 40-minute performance we got to put in together, and whoever's number's called, they got to be ready to play.
Coach, thanks for your time as always.
Thank you.
I know it's weird, in a double-digit deficit loss, but I was super proud of the way that we fought for 40 minutes. I thought we left everything that we had out there on the court. Credit to London, they won the game. They can play the team that's put in front of them, so credit to London in that sense. I thought they rebounded really well. They have some Joel Scott, I think, is a hell of a basketball player, and he caused us some problems. Cam Auguste impact off the bench, so yeah, credit to London, but I think I was super proud of my team. I won 40 minutes again today. We know the challenge, we understand the parameters around the game, but I want 40 minutes of our brand of basketball, playing as hard as we can.
And talking of playing hard, Mitch Clark was a warrior for you again last night. Just talk about his influence and what he's doing for your team.
Yeah, I've been super impressed with Mitch all year. I think he's someone who, in his own mind, probably took a little bit of time to feel like he belonged at this level. We felt like that early, but we're always dealing with people, and And yeah, I think he's shown how he can impact at this level in many different ways. He obviously had a lot more usage on Friday, and he responded really well. He did a great job of getting to the line and putting some pressure on the ring. I think he's probably, you know, the focal point of London's scout today. So, you know, anticipate him having to read probably some double teams, some hard shows, probably some full court pressure. So we got to try and find a way to help him out. You know, maybe Gus Okafor playing a little bit of point forward, I suppose. But yeah, super impressed with Mitch, and yeah, excited to see what he can do today, and whatever happens for the rest of this run, excited that we've got him back in the Eagles jersey next year.
And there's the coaches' interviews, and these are the scores already today, which have it will influence who London Lions are going to play. So Manchester, Bristol Fires 98-95, and they're the earlier, and then the games from Friday, and then today, Flyers 85, Manchester 90. Manchester are through. Sharks versus Riders. Riders come through after all their issues, Todd, which is amazing. They're going to be in the semi-final. They will play the winner of Eagles versus London Lions. And it's 73-77. Surrey 89ers are winning, but Cheshire Phoenix won huge down in Surrey Friday night. What do you feel about these games?
Well, I think if you're London, and we talked about that before, you want to get out early, get a big, substantial lead if you can on Newcastle. We can't make enough point about it. Newcastle's going to be playing with just 7 players, but they've got so much talent, the London Lions, and you look at someone like Chandy Brown, coming earlier this year. He's an athletic player and tough to defend. He's kind of one of those tweeners, Graham. You could play him at guard, you could play him at forward, but he's a big physical body, and he can get to the rim when he wants to.
Yeah, Chandy Brown, just leading scorer from the game on Friday night, 16 points, 100% from the line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But on the other side, as we're still looking at Brown, I mean, he, as you say, scores on 3 levels, Todd, and almost an impossible guard.
He's a great complementary player, so if you're a point guard for the London Lions and you like to drive and dish, he can shoot from the outside, and he's not afraid of contact because he's got a good body, big body, kind of like a Joel Scott. He'll go in there and bang with you, and he'll get the 2.
And talking of a big heart, that's the biggest positive, I think, for Mitch, apart from being highly skilled. Mitch Clark for Newcastle, Todd. Mitch
Clark comes in at 6'1" guard, but he plays so much bigger than 6'1". Originally from Perth, Australia, has a British passport, but this guy has got a great game as well. Very gritty, very tough, and he was a big part of what they did on Friday night. They didn't get the win, but he kept it close for a while.
Yeah, 20 points in that loss, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He led that team right across the stat sheet with his heart and also with his intelligent play, Todd.
So if you're head coach Mark Studel, Graham, what do you do? And I mean, you got nothing to lose.
Well, I mean, they're 18 down. I think they've just got to go a couple of minutes a time. They can't have a poor start. They've got to have a really positive start here. Try and put a bit of pressure on London Lions. And then as for Lions, as for Sabonis, what are you thinking there, Todd?
Well, as you look at this is what we've talked about already. There's the starting lineup. That's what they have in reserve. No Darius Defoe tonight. Several other injuries we'll get into as well. But Mark Studel is going to try to work some magic, sprinkle some fairy dust on the 7 that he's got, and see if he can catch the London Lions in a bad shooting night here at Crystal Palace. But remember, as my esteemed colleague Graham said, they already have an 18-point lead on aggregate. So taking down the London Lions by 20 points is going to be a tall task.
And for London Lions tonight, the league champions, the trophy winners, the SLB Cup winners, they're looking to do the whole thing and get the quadruple.
Trying to get all 4 done, and that is going to be a huge deal for head coach Sabonis. Obviously, in his first year, he's kind of learning his ways around London, but I think they've kind of embraced him and what he's brought to the thing. The one thing you'll know about the London Lions, you will get effort, you'll get intensity, and a big focus on defense every single night.
Yeah, they're the #1 team in defense, 73.5 points that they concede is way ahead of anybody else. And there's the starting 5, Scott Brown Jr., Philip Reynolds, and Ethan Price. Ethan Price, a regular starter now for this London Lions team.
And if you're Rob Paternoster and Leicester Riders and you're watching this game, you're looking, oh, great, they're bringing Amin Adamu off their bench. They're bringing Mo Salawatu off their bench. Aaron Wright comes off the bench. Cam McGusty comes off the bench. So that is what the London Lions are. They are a deep team. They will hit you in waves, and I think you are dead on. If you're Mark Studel, take it 2 minutes at a time. Take it possession by possession and watch out for that London Lion wave. They're going to try to ride the big crowd that's turned out here at Crystal Palace. and ride that to a big lead. But if you're Mark Studel, you can be creative with your timeouts and not let London Lions get on a roll. You might have something in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got it. And just talking about how they dominated, second chance points, 15, bench points, 38 points, and the 5 they brought off the bench, that sort of player 6 to 10, so they would start in pretty much any other team in this league. And I think that's the biggest difference between the Lions and everybody else.
Yeah. Well, the fans are on their seat, and we are both talking as the sun is setting here in London. It is bright on the bleachers right now. The fans cracking out some sunglasses. But what an iconic venue to kick off the playoffs. It's nice to see them get around there. But again, it's playoff basketball. You can't ask for much more than this.
No, this is absolutely fabulous. If you like your basketball hot, as we look at Darius Defoe, I spoke to Darius pre-game. He's not here, but this is where it all started for him. London, Hackney White Heat, the college. You know, then turned pro and then spent all those years at Newcastle, 28 trophies, and he had a great moment in the home game on Friday night.
41 years of age, and I think the Newcastle fans gave him a send-off. Would they have liked him to send him off with a win? Absolutely, but it just wasn't in the cards. And for Newcastle to get in the playoffs and draw the London Lions right out of the gate, that is as tough as it gets.
No, you got it, and you're right.
So the London Lions, they'll be in their new icy whites, taking on the Newcastle Eagles in their all-black uniforms, as the crowds will stay on their feet until they score that first bucket. 10-minute quarters here in second game of the playoffs, and we are underway.
Keep going. I can't.
So Joel Scott will corral it for the Lions. He hands it off quickly to Shavar Reynolds Jr. He will run the point for the Lions, and then they'll have an opportunity to change things up. We talked about it. They've got 6 or 7 players on the bench that are so talented that could be starting. Shavar Reynolds Jr. gets a good look early on, just grazes the rim, and it's out of bounds. It'll go over to the Newcastle Eagles. So as Graham and I were talking, it's all about possession by possession. So Mark Studel already with a good possession. And how about this? The London Lions already with an 18-point aggregate lead after the first game, and they come out, Graham, with a full court press.
Well, we talked about that might happen. Newcastle Eagles have just got to try and weather this storm.
Oh my!
What a shot from Cole Long! Big time play.
Cole Long trying to beat the shot clock. It was defended well. Hangs in the air, double clutches and buries it.
Nice rebound from Cole Long, and they've got to take care of the defensive glass, because London Lions totally dominated that on Friday night. Long again just fires away, misses that. Phillip brings the ball up for the London Lions, and Ethan Price offering a screen. Charlie Brown.
I'll tell you what, Graham, keep an eye on this matchup. Josh Ward-Hibbert and Tariq Phillip, they know each other well from their days with the London Lions, but they are battling for position on the inside.
Good spacing, wide open shot just off, and a rebound by Long.
And you saw there, Mitch Clark, a little bit of a collision there with Joel Scott. Came up limping just a little bit. That is one thing they cannot afford. You can get a guy in foul trouble, but injury this early on, that will be a game killer.
Yeah, Mitch Clark, just such a key figure. Best player on Friday night, 20 points. Inside, Camway, inside, triple teamed. And a foul called, and well, Camway's going to go to the line for 2 shots, but the London Lions clearly not happy with that call.
Well, Mitch Clark was so smart. He recognized this as the double team comes. He's obviously got the big man Price that goes all the way out on defense. So he's thinking, who's guarding my big man down below? And he dumps it in nicely. Does a great job to get inside the Camway.
Well, Camway, 2 meters 3, just 22 years old, and the noise here, this is quite incredible. Real playoff atmosphere.
The size might not be the same as a copper box, but I'll tell you what, they're getting more bang for their buck here. This is quality maybe over quantity.
Yeah, 11 points on Friday night, 5 rebounds from Camway. London Another London product, Barking Abbey and Essex Uni, and then up to Northumbria, the same as Darius Defoe.
Well, dare I say this, Graham? The London Lions have got themselves a 5-point haul. Newcastle's feeling good about themselves, shutting down the London Lions here early on.
Phillip. Ooh. And an attempted athletic move by Chaundy Brown. And, well, there's a whistle. And
it's alley-oop right here. Tariq Phillips, such a great vision. Look at that. Sees Chaundy Brown coming in from the backside. No one picks him up, but he gets bumped in air. So he'll get 2 shots.
Yeah, Chaundy Brown to the line. 100% from the line on Friday. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But Chaundy Brown, another great acquisition during the season, Todd.
No question about it.
High-level player.
Chaundy Brown is, again, we talked about it, one of the players to watch. He is just such a tough defensive get. And as he brings it out, he is one of those guys that inside, outside, hits both the foul shots. So he gets the London Lions on the board, and their fans are happy because now they can sit down.
92-77 is the aggregate score. The score on the far right is the score over the 2 games. That's the one that we're going to be interested in throughout the evening, especially if Newcastle Eagles can somehow build a sizable lead. It'd be interesting to see how Coach Sabonis and the Lions react to that. Ethan Price steps out. Ward Hibbett, that's short. Good box out by Tariq Phillip. You don't have to be the biggest to get the rebounds. Phillip, Euro step, underhand shot. Much better job by Newcastle Eagles on the defensive rebound. Okafor, nice movement from Ward Hibbett. And there's a foul.
They're going to give him a goaltending. So the goaltend is called, and he is going to get the bucket. And this is a bad sign. As I was watching Mitch Clark, he's being subbed off. Savor Candy's going to come in, and Mitch Clark's in a little bit of discomfort as he goes to the bench. Yeah,
he played a lot of minutes on Friday. It was a case of having to. 38 minutes pretty much the whole game. It's so unfortunate this time of year that the Eagles are so short-handed. Taylor on the bench. Dion Hammond is available.
Ooh.
And all the way to the bucket is Tariq Phillip.
I was watching Tariq Phillip during warm-ups. His hops, his vertical leap has got to be in the 40s. He can get up with the best of them, and he's not the tallest guy out there, but Tariq Phillip showing how it's done at 6'3".
Yeah, when he wants to fly, he certainly can do that. So keep an eye on Phillip Cande. This was a good matchup on Friday as well. And Camway against Ethan Price, and Camway wins that one.
Manny Canway, the London local, banging down low, gets the bucket to fall. Look at this, we're 9-4 Eagles on top as a foul is called away from the ball.
And a foul, I think, called on this. And let's look at this one.
Yeah,
Todd,
Canway
nice
just does a great job of playing bully ball.
Yeah, he may not have the size of Ethan Price, but he's got the size, width-wise and body-wise and weight, and he just moved Ethan Price out of the way there.
And Ethan Price quickly gets subbed out. Ovi Soko, the captain, comes in, and I'm sure that Coach Sabonis is going to tell Ethan Price, dude, you got the size on him, don't leave your feet. Hold your position and just don't leave your feet, because he went for the fake.
Scott, hands up, fakes the handoff to Reynolds.
It's a tough matchup. Sever Candy's calling for the help.
They get a double team. Someone's going to be open on the weak side. Phillip just in that opposite corner. He attacks. Split leg, off the glass. A little bit out of control there, Phillip.
Josh Ward Hibbett comes back with the rock. This is I got to think, if you're Mark Studel, the head coach of Newcastle, this is playing exactly how you'd like it to.
Clark's back in.
Yeah, that's a
Skip
good sign.
pass, Cande, no hesitation, off right. And now they've got to try and contain this transition from London Lions as Chaundy Brown brings it over the timeline. Hands off to Reynolds. Screen coming. You know what you're going to get with Soko. Physicality and a bit of old school ball. Brown Jr. Shot clock running down, 5 seconds. Double team coming, steps through. No good.
Oh,
nice play from Soko.
Ovi Soko watching the play develop on the weak side, able to go up high. Still some hop in those legs.
The veteran now, Soko. There's another three, and great rebound from Ward Hibbett. Off one leg, drains it. Nice job on the fadeaway.
He had the matchup with Shavar Reynolds Jr., so he had the height advantage and went to that fadeaway Dirk Nowitzki kind of fall away, and he buries it.
Reynolds Jr. goes right against Clark. Clark stands his ground. Scott, deep three, nothing but net, and the Lions are coming.
Great Scott, when he's hitting from beyond the arc, you know you've got offensive problems defending that.
You got it. Okafor goes right and tries with his left hand there, the Nigerian international. And a foul. And Mitch Clark. And Clark has committed a foul, and he's heading to the bench, and a lot of discomfort there.
Don't want to speculate on the injury, but he has been grabbing that right side, that abductor area, and he is in some serious pain. So they do bring in number 8, Dion Hammond, a new signing this year for the Eagles, and he is a talented ball player.
Yeah, Hammond, a serious player. So that should help them, give them a bit of cover as Tariq Phillip.
Hammond's capable of going off. Early this year, he went off for 20 points against Surrey in one of the games for the Eagles in a win. But this is a different level of basketball, playoff basketball in the Super League.
Phillip off 2 feet, gets it to go.
Did he just flash the too small?
Yeah, I think so. And London Lions tie the game at 11, and timeout by Coach Stoodle. You spoke about it, Todd. He's got to use his timeout smartly tonight.
Well, Tariq Phillip is such an explosive player, and if he gets going, not only is he a great outside shooter, but when he drives and delivers, look at this kick out to Scott, left wide open, not normally his forte, but if Joel Scott's feeling it, I'm sure he's got the green light from Coach Sabonis, and then this is the play I want to focus on. Tariq Phillip, the isolation, gets the drive in, and the too small.
At 6'3", but he does play a lot bigger, and there's Mitch Clark. He's clearly got some problems. It's just going to be wear and tear maybe this season, but it's causing a lot of issues.
Yeah, right on that hip bone area. So he did that early on in the game when he had a little collision when he was driving in the right-hand side. So they're going to do what they can. Remember, they've got to win or go home tonight. So the Newcastle Eagles, it's all hands on deck. And I imagine Mark Stoodle probably has told his players, if you got a shot you like, take it. You got the green light, you got nothing to lose, have confidence, go for it.
And they certainly don't. They're certainly not shy.
No.
In letting the shots go. 11. Game tied. And London Lions, the winner of this game, the winner of the aggregate over the two games. London Lions leading by 18 before the game started, and it's back to 11 apiece now, so it's still 18. I mean, how do you feel that London Lions are going to be looking at this start? They must have thought Newcastle Eagles are going to give it a go early.
Yeah, and I think in this league we've learned through history that any team can beat any team on any given night. That's the beauty of the SLB, is the parity in this one. But the London Lions coming in playoff basketball, already won 3 trophies this year. I think they're going to ratchet up the intensity that much more, and they reflect their coach, Taufeeq Sabonis. You talked to him before the game. He was pretty locked into playoff basketball. Yeah,
he wanted to get this show on the road. Walt Hibbett, so much physicality, and Okafor. Nice extra pass by Kanda, and Okafor will go to the line for 2 shots.
So they get Cam McGusty here, and this is the intensity we were talking about. Watch Ovi Soko, the captain, the big man, the veteran, out high. Look how well he's defending this. And Joshua Hibbert just spots the cutter with a beautiful bounce pass. Savur Candy sees his man on the weak side, and Cam McGusty really had no choice there.
Gus Okafor.
Okafor just a 65% free throw shooter, so it was maybe worth the risk.
Yeah, and Okafor, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 13 points on Friday, but it was all hands to deck for sure on that matchup.
So Graham, as a former player with the aggregate, is it a nice cut down below? Brown can't finish it. Is it frustrating as a player that knowing you're winning this game, you're out playing London right now, but you're nowhere close to advancing on aggregate?
No, and I think that is a key thing on these two games. They've just got to concentrate on building the lead, which they did early. They got to 5 ahead there. They're 1 ahead at the moment, but still 17 down in aggregate. But look, I think Coach Studel said before the game, just give me the effort again, and let's see where it takes us. And if it starts getting interesting in the second half, then so be it. But he's got to have the effort.
And this is the luxury that the roster that Tauvitas Sabonis gets to work with. He gets to bring in last year's league MVP in Aaron Rye, and he brings in Dean Williams off the bench.
Yeah, Dean Williams, Basketball Champions League winner with Bonn, Telegon Baskets Bonn 2022, and just his own highlight reel. Just a wonderful athlete, and great to see these British players, these top British players, back home. And as I was speaking to Lenz Ballon pre-game, it's a matter of keeping these guys home and wanting them to be part of this league. And I include Josh Ward-Hibbett in that. I mean, what a fabulous player he is for Newcastle and has been for the Lions as well.
Little known fact, Josh Ward-Hibbett, an amazing tennis player.
Yeah, yes.
He has got some serious skills. So maybe if they get bounced from the playoffs, he'll head down to Wimbledon and maybe get some time on the grass.
You got it. Cam McGusty, MVP of the Polish League and a big-time player in college. Hits the back rim, much better defensive rebounding. London Lions dominated the offensive rebounding category on Friday night. So Dion Hammond, can he get it going? He certainly did in that Surrey game that you alluded to. Todd, I covered that with Mark Clark, and he was just sensational, as were pretty much the whole of the Newcastle team that night. In a must-win game for them. McGusty, extra pass, Dean Williams, just short, but another really good look. Nice ball movement.
I think you make a good point, Graham. The problem with the London Lions, and there's lots of them if you're playing them, is they have a deep roster, yes. They have a lot of talent, yes. Oh, up and over, and that one would have cleared the arch at Wembley. As Josh Ward-Hibbett does not get that one to fall. But to continue with my thought is the continuity that London has, playing together. They've been a solid routine. They brought in a couple players throughout the season, but they've been the core since going back to October, so they know each other so well. So when you mix up the starting lineups for Coach Sabonis, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and then McGusty coming in and Chaundi Brown, they're like a coach's dream anyway. They interchangeable and just do exactly what Sabonis wants. Now, McGusty can hit the three, but he likes his free throw line elbow shot. Mo Salade can't get it to go. Another big British guard back at London. Oh, nice play. Now, can Okafor catch? Shoot is short, and Aaron Rye, the leading rebounder on this team, MVP last year, just doing what is required. Super intelligent left-hand finish, and gets it to go.
Aaron Rye doing Aaron Rye kind of things. Not a lot of speed at that. He's not going to take you off the dribble, but he's such a smart player. Savvy, gets in the lane, goes to the left hand.
Yeah, alumni from Dartmouth in the Ivy League. And Ward-Hibbett facing a double team. And nice job by Ovisoko, just down in the trenches there. Just a stop. Now Soleado, jab step. That's a little bit flat. Aaron Rye coming in, but can't get it to go. We are literally surrounded by the fans here tonight.
This is great. We've got fellow commentators.
We have got a lot of options here with commentary if we just want to take a break.
I was going to say, if your pipes get rusty, Graham, just hand the headset over to someone next to you and they'll pick it up.
You got it.
We got a good one here, though. With 90 seconds to go in the first, it's a one-point game.
The London Lions are not getting it their own way, as I'm sure Coach Studel would have wanted. Josh Ward-Hibbett doing a lot of ball handling tonight. Hammond.
Hammond.
Just off here. Go to the line for 3 shots, I think. We'll just wait for the sign. And Aaron Rye just having a polite discussion, as he always does. And 3 shots incoming. Very smart from Dion there. I think he knew the contact was coming.
Yeah, and Aaron Rye was playing some great defense on him, but Hammond creates that contact, gets in the air, hangs in the air, almost like he's waiting for the whistle, gets the whistle. Had he hit the shot, we would have had ourselves an old-fashioned 4-point, as Aaron Rye continues to plead his case to the official that it really wasn't that big a foul, but I got to say the official was in perfect position. And so that now will send Dion Hammond to the line, and he hits the first.
Yeah, 80% free throw shooter for the regular season. Didn't play Friday night. They've got so many of their key players out, but at the end of the day, Leicester Riders had the same issue with the problems they had, and they have turned it around, and they're in the Final Four, the semi-finals of the playoffs, waiting for the winner of this game.
Other than the London Lions, who's the hottest team in the league right now, do you think?
Well, I think it's Cheshire and Manchester. Now, Manchester have been so close. They
Yeah.
beat London down
Yes.
at the Copper Box. Myself and Mark Clark covered that amazing game right to the last possession, but the Lions then beat them in the trophy a couple of weeks later. You know, but I just think Manchester, Cheshire are tucked just in behind. That semi-final, if Cheshire get there, of course, they've still got to take care of Surrey 89ers, but if that's the semi-final, that is going to be an amazing game.
Skip passes all around the court.
Yeah.
Aaron Wright finally gets it, drives in the lane, and Aaron Wright gets to the rim again.
That's just beautiful. Aaron Wright, two-footed finish. He
Yeah.
finished 1 foot, left hand, 2 hands. Doesn't matter for the MVP for the 24-25 season. Okafor to Cole, hands off to Candate. Okafor again, having to be point forward. Coach Stoodle spoke about this. Another hand off Cole, trying to get some airspace, having to step back. That's so tough. Front of the rim, and nice job by Camway. He's a handful. May not be the tallest, but he is a big problem.
Dean Williams showing his frustration to the bench. Coach Sabonis was like, what are you doing? He's like, I had to. It would have been an easy, probably put back dunk for him, so he does commit the foul. Not a big problem. Dean Williams, who came off the bench, not foul trouble. But again, we've got ourselves a good ball game here. 36 seconds to play, and the Eagles lead it by 2, looking to add to it.
Yeah, Camway. These are really important. They've got to shoot a good percentage from the free throw line tonight because they've already had a number of opportunities, and they don't want to be looking back saying that of what could have been. 8 of 9 up to that point, misses both, and the momentum just switches again.
Yeah, you're giving away free points there. So now here come the London Lions on a bit of a roll, only down by 2, and we've got ourselves the final 25 seconds.
Right. Still right, playing point forward against Cole. Skip pass into the corner, Saliardi, who just drifted in behind the defense for 3.
Mo Solowati sitting there just lurking, and no one accounted for him, and Aaron Ra, using that Ivy League education, finds him on his spot, and he buries the 3.
Okafor brings it up and drains the 3 right in the face of Ovi Soko, who's got a wry smile on his face, but I'm not sure he could have done much else from that deep chance from Okafor, and the Eagles are playing loose.
Yeah.
They are leading this ball game. They may be down on the aggregate over the 2 games, but all they can do is take it minute by minute.
Hey, if I'm Mark Stoodle, I'm saying more Gus Okafor, because he stepped up beyond that 3-point arc, and he had all the confidence in the world. Let's go back to Aaron Rye, though. Look at this. Looked off the defense, found the ball in the corner, and give Mo Solowati the credit. But here's the final seconds. Look at this. Squares up, saw the shot clock, pulls the trigger. Obi may have given him just a little foot too much, but he gets it done under 2 seconds and buries it. We got ourselves a great one here in London.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball game. Game 2 of 2 games, so aggregate scoring. Eagles lead by 2, so they're down by 16 on the aggregate score. The winners of this game will play the Riders, and Manchester awaiting the winner of the Phoenix and the 89ers. Here's the game stats so far, Todd. What do you like?
Yeah, I've got to tell you, this is about the way I thought it would play out. Newcastle's playing a great game. The question will be, can Newcastle sustain that shooting percentage? I love the hustle, I love the intensity, but they've got to find a way to maintain the shooting and maybe use some clock. They don't need to be in a hurry. Let's not forget, they only have 2 substitutes, plus Mitch Clark is hurting, so maybe they have 1.5 substitutes to carry them through the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's such a pity. Mitch Clark gave everything he had on Friday night, and has got issues. I think Eagles are doing a lot better with the rebounding. 21 offensive rebounds for Lions on Friday night, and at the moment that seems to be a lot more under control now in this ball game. It's a massive crowd in here tonight.
Yeah.
So you've already spoken about it. It's warm, it's hot, and it's a May bank holiday weekend, which we need to maybe educate you there. I think it's just a holiday. Everybody just chills out for the day.
I just love the fact that the fans are here. It is really warm in here. It feels like a summer's day, and they got the scarves out. You don't need the scarves in this building tonight, but I'll tell you what, we are in for a good 3 quarters of ball. The London Lions fan turning out on a bank holiday weekend. Where would you rather be? Playoff basketball in the capital city.
You got it. In the beautiful grounds of Crystal Palace Park, and it still is It's the Sports Centre, it's an iconic venue, along with the athletics track here, and Okafor has got Dean Williams for company now. It doesn't get any easier for Eagles. Hammond just can't quite get it going. Massive skied rebound for Aaron Wright.
Hammond had a good look at it, Aaron Wright. Oh,
and
come
he
on.
just meandered his way to the bucket.
Aaron Wright picks the path of least resistance and slices and dices through that Newcastle defense for another bucket.
Hammond needs to try and get something going. It's all dribble. He's now lost his dribble, and he may have tweaked himself there. Great D by the Lions. Right, extra pass, Scott, and 3-on-2. And now Hammond is struggling, and this is just so difficult for Coach Stoodle.
Aaron Wright making the extra pass, giving Joel Scott an opportunity for an easy lay-in, and they're going to stop the action just for a second. Josh Ward-Hibbert's going to have to come back in, and Hammond, I don't know whether he made contact. Maybe we'll see it here. No, this is the play before. Made contact with the knee of Dean Williams, but he did not get back on defense, so he is going to the bench. And again, we've already seen, unfortunately, Mitch Clark go down with injury. He's on the bench right next to him. So those basically are their two subs, as Josh Ward-Hibbert can't get that one to fall. Quickly getting back.
You got it. I mean, it's tough D by the Lions. And transition foul as the ball slips out of Aaron Wright's hand, and Eagles will get possession again. And they've just got to ride this as long as they can. They are short-handed. They cannot afford any more issues here, Todd.
Rare mistake by Aaron Ryan, the ball handling, went behind his back, lost the handle, and then committed the foul right in front of his head coach. You never want to do that. You want to say, Coach, you didn't see what happened. It was right in front of the London Lions bench, and Aaron claims it immediately. My bad.
Sabonis, well, he's almost on the court when he's coaching. He wants to be part of it. Ward-Hibbert up against Scott. Again, it's a lot of one-on-one. Can Ward-Hibbert get some space? Throws it into Camway. Now he's surrounded. Strong play, and Camway and Dean Williams getting tied up, and Camway will go back to the free throw line.
Dean Williams got a little bit of shot to the midsection there as Camway went up, as the officials were right there on the baseline. But great defensive help by the London Lions. That was a good entry pass into Camway, got the position down low, and then you watch this. Josh Ward-Hibbert just dumps it down below. Watch the left hand up. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
And Dean Williams says, you know what, I just picked up another foul. Might be a good time for me to take a seat, stretch out a bit. He's being coached up right now by Coach Sabonis before he can get to the bench.
Yeah, I think we had something similar on Friday as well, when Sabonis was really in Dean Williams' ear. And it's the way of coaching. Now, it's not just doing the X and O's. Now, it must work for Sabonis, because he's certainly getting a tune out of this team. But Camway again missing the free throw, and 57% just under for the regular season. And this is the second game in the playoffs this year in the 25-26 season. Augusti, screen by Ethan Price, wide open.
Well done.
Nice play. Beautiful dive to the bucket there.
K-Mac feels the double team and goes right to where the pressure isn't, dumps it off beautifully down below to Price.
4-point lead for the Lions. Biggest lead of the ball game for the home team. Ward-Hibbert. Screen offer by Camway, who rolls. Long, and no disconnection. They almost go for a half-court violation. Ward-Hibbert, he sidestepped three, and he had to throw it up and hit the backboard, and shot clock violation. And you know Lions just turning the heat up here.
I was just about to say, Coach Sabonis tightening the screws, as we like to say, across the pond, and bringing up that defensive pressure just a little bit more. Almost like he senses this is the point, not the breaking point for the Newcastle Eagles, but 2 men down on injury. You got a 4-point lead. Why not let's ratchet it up, fellas, and see what we can do.
You got it. Here comes Tariq Phillip to Salade. Both players part of the Great Britain setup. Aaron Wright, free throw line, beautiful fake, extra pass. That is as good as it gets for fundamentals.
And I think if you're Aaron Wright, you're probably happier with the assist than the bucket, because he did the head fake, and then as he drives the lane, he draws the defense to him, knowing that someone was going to be left free. Smart player, you don't let everyone into the Ivy League, and he dumps it down for the easy 2 points, and now the London Lions are starting to apply the pressure up by 6.
Yeah, just Lions now starting. 6-point lead. They're just starting to put the heat on.
Here it is one more time. Watch Cam Auguste. Sees the double pressure coming. Someone's got to be open. Dumps it into Price. Sees it again. And then this time, Aaron Wright, head fake here. Drives the lane. Defense comes over. Again, if you're Price, I'd say keep your hands ready because you guys are going to find you.
That's just great recognition. It's nice to see the internal passing, that interior passing. You got a good shot, and somebody else has got a great shot, and that is just typified there by Aaron Wright. They're the best team, I think second or third best in the league on the regular season for sharing the ball. Surrey 89ers #1, and you can just see the focus is getting the best possible shot.
And the fans are enjoying it here inside this balmy building. They're up and dancing as their team has taken a 6-point lead. When you talk about the London Lions and particularly the attitude and the ethics that Aaron Wright brings to the game, there's a way to play ball here, and it reminds me a lot of the way San Antonio Spurs with Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
It was the extra pass, it was the hustle, it was the play for the team, not the self. And I think that is kind of permeated into the London Lions thinking, and maybe that's credit goes to Coach Sabonis for that.
Yeah, he's a number of years as an assistant with EuroLeague, and EuroLeague are really tapping into the NBA and vice versa as well, I guess, Todd, in relation to styles of play. And here comes Cole Long going all the way to the bucket. And
Almost an and one.
That is very unlike London Lions. Normally they're going to foul you at half court. They would not want to transition play there, and Cole Long all the way to the bucket, Todd.
Well, he did a good job of recognizing where the defense wasn't. They spent so much energy, the London Lions did, getting the inbound pass and drawing that timeout, and then player emerges. It was Cole Long, and he just sprints the length of the court. Would have been nice if he could pull the Michael Jordan and taken off from the foul line and dunked it. Guess that's asking a bit too much.
Wow, he'd be frustrated he didn't get the mate there. And Cole Long, 10 points. 3 rebounds, 2 assists in the game Friday night. 4-point lead for the London Lions. Tariq Phillip exchanges places with Saliade. Ethan Price sets the screen, dives to the bucket. Time running down in the shot clock. Saliade goes left, baseline, spins, and nice play. A little bit bigger than Tariq Phillip. Same sort of play though with the two-footed finish.
I love the way Mo Salawati plays that game. 6'5" guard out of Milton Keynes, and he is just a great, as you mentioned, a great British local product.
Kende inside to Camway. Let's talk about British players. Newcastle Eagles have got plenty, and that is really nice. Cole Long as well. Offensive rebound, key stat for the Newcastle Eagles tonight.
Aaron Wright did a great job of defending Canways. He got so close, can't finish it. But as you pointed out, Cole Long with a great follow as we get some contact at the other end of the court for the foul.
Well, okay. Camway coming out and Hammond back in, and I think without Mitch Clark it's a 6-player rotation. And
yeah.
So we're back underway. Reynolds Jr. is going to inbound. And Kanda. Phillip. Hard show there from Long. Open 3, Reynolds. And big rebound by Gus Okafor, and that's much better effort, not giving London Lions a second chance opportunity. Hammond goes left.
Good to see Hammond back in the game.
Okafor. Okafor goes left. Okafor goes right. He just couldn't get himself open. Hammond, this is tough, and he can't get that to go. Hibbett, 3-throw line jump shot is good. Josh Ward-Hibbett picking up the pieces.
The veteran, they needed that bucket in a big-time way as the Eagles were in fear of going down and getting to double-digit range, but as it stands now, they cut it to a 2-point game as we go to 5:40 to play in the first half.
Reynolds, Price with a throwdown right down the central runway. That got the crowd off their feet.
Yeah, the big man from Ipswich just goes down the middle. It's like Moses parting the Red Sea and finds nothing but rim and net.
That was beautiful from Ethan Price. Went to college at Washington. And Okafor again off the dribble.
Okafor for the second time stepping out behind the arc to give the Eagles a much-needed jolt.
Yeah.
And Okafor bearing his second three. Probably not the game plan that Mark Studel wants is Okafor hitting threes all night, but you know what? If it'll get him a 2-point or 1-point deficit, he'll take it.
Yeah, timeout. Sabonis seen enough. And Newcastle Eagles making a real game of this. Darius Defoe, who we spoke about earlier, Todd, is dressed. He is now dressed in his game uniform. He's doing a bit of coaching for Camway. Not a bad player to be handing down some pointers for sure.
You think Darius Defoe stays with the club on the bench in some capacity?
I think if he's settled in Newcastle, which I think he is with his family, it makes sense to have him. Maybe I'm not sure what his coaching qualification is, get him coaching alongside Mark Studel and the guys, and he's such a well-respected player. Look at the way Camway's listening to him. Just quiet encouragement. That's all Camway needs, because he's doing a great job. And make your free throws. That'd be the icing on the cake. Here's the stats so far, individual scorers, Todd.
Yeah, and I think the key is here is the London Lions spreading the wealth around. No one's dominating, and that's always a good sign for London. When they get everyone getting into the act, it's a good thing. Now, for Newcastle, though, Josh Ward-Hibbert's got 8 points, 7 for Long and 7 for Okafor, about what we expect, but with the injuries that we've seen so far and no Maceo Jack, it's going to be a tough night. If Mitch Clark can take some ibuprofen or something at halftime and just rally in the second half, that would be much appreciated.
I think it's got to be so serious that this is keeping him out of the game. He's such a warrior. He'd be so upset and frustrated. But these are the players out on the floor at the moment with the Eagles. Into the post for Ethan Price. Guarded by Okafor. Spins baseline. And he will go. Well, the referees are saying it's a baseline inbounds, not a shooting foul. Todd, did you?
So he got him before the continuation could kick in, and I have to agree with that call. I think there was so much contact early on. I think they were going to let it go, and then there's just that one extra. It's kind of like when you say the magic word. They'll let a few things go, but the magic word usually gets you the technical foul.
You got it, so nothing there. Shavar Reynolds throws it to Brown Jr. Reynolds Jr. Inside, outside dribble, left, goes right, free throw line, Jay.
Ooh.
And that's just a practice rep once he got to his spot.
That's old school New Jersey basketball for the young man that played his collegiate ball at Seton Hall. That is just playground one-on-one, and he plants his foot and comes up with a beautiful, soft 12-footer.
Go long, catch, square up, misses everything. A little bit quick on that three, but he likes to shoot from range long. Phillip, crossover, brings it out. Phillip has played in some top leagues in and around Europe, and he's showing his skill there. Oh, and Scott almost with a big time play, and now they can push ahead. Brown, oh my goodness! Charlie Brown Jr. flying through the air for a two-hand stuff, and that's got the crowd going, Todd.
That's what Brown can do for you. Tariq Phillip with the assist of the night. And we've got some extracurricular activity. Some technical fouls are being issued, and it looks like it might be Brown. Look at this again, though. Tariq Phillip keeps his head up, finds the big man, boom!
Yeah, that is big time. I'm not sure if they, on that steal, as we see it from this camera as well, which is wonderful camera work, if it was a foot violation. They had a similar situation Friday where the ball looked as though it came off the shin of a London Lions player, went straight down the other end for a Chaundy Brown dunk, just like he did there, but that one was impressive. Maybe that's why Coach Studel was getting frustrated. 5-point lead for the Lions. And full court pressure again. They are relentless. It's a word we use a lot, and they get another steal. And look out! Oh, and just unbelievable height that Tariq Phillip gets on his two-footed plant dunk attempt. Reynolds, left hand finish.
Oh, they're going to wave that continuation off. Now, that one, he was in the act on the drive. I would say he gets the and one on that.
Yeah, again, interpretation of the refs, interpretation of the law there, Todd. It's, again, that's getting very close to being a continuation. So one more foul. In fact, Eagles at the moment shown us 3 team fouls, London Lions has 4. So they're still not in the penalty as Ethan Price goes across inside to Aaron Ryan. Nice play off the ball and couldn't quite get it to go.
And you know, Aaron Ryan is thinking right now, I should have got the and one there, but he'll take the foul, he'll stroll to the line, he'll shoot the 2. Aaron Ryan has just been such a constant, continual force for this team. Not the best of free throw shooters, but it's like having a second coach on the court. He sees the game, he's got a high basketball IQ, makes good passes, gets himself, does such a good job of spacing, and that's what the coaches want.
Yeah, 71% free throw shooter and knocks it down. But the way this London Lions play this, if it's a zone they're up against, their spacing's perfect. Some 2 in the corner, 1 at the top, and they get a lot of stuff off that. And there, Aaron Wright doesn't need the ball to be effective until that last second. And I think you've got to appreciate that play, Todd. That's just beautiful.
No question about it. Does the little things.
Oh, the drinks are arriving for us now.
There you go. I didn't know we had this service.
He's just kept going. I can't believe it. Okay. Ward Hibbett. A lot of dribble. There's the difference. And then the poke away D by Reynolds. Okafor. And almost a foul. And Cole Long couldn't get it to go. Chauncey Brown Jr. looks for options. 36-30. They can't shake the Eagles off yet. Aaron Wright in the post against Kande. Looking left hand, wraparound pass. Reynolds, 5 seconds on the shot clock, left hand finish. Nice play.
Shavar Reynolds Jr. saw the shot clock was getting down, and so he takes it down the middle of the lane and goes hard left, gets it done. And now we got bodies on the floor, and that's the hustle you like to see with an 18-point aggregate lead coming into this game, and you still got players that are willing to dive on the floor.
They're causing all sorts of chaos at mid-court with this pressure defense, and the Eagles are not dealing with it. But Ethan Price at 6'10" or thereabouts, getting down and getting his knees dirty, and leading the way as a young English talent, young British talent, and if he stays healthy, the sky's the limit for this player.
How about this? This is a contrast in luxury. Newcastle is playing with 7 healthy players-ish. London just went to the bench and brought in a guy who hasn't even played in the game yet, in Amin Adamu.
Yeah, and didn't play Friday either.
So they're bringing in a fresh player, a very athletic, fresh player, and I'm sure Mark Studel's saying, can you just send 1 or 2 of the guys down here and we'll put them in a black jersey tonight?
You got it. Here we go.
Right into the game.
Splash.
Come on.
He is ready.
Come on.
Adamu with the 3 in the corner.
That's how you get extra minutes.
You got it. And they ran that play to get in straight into the game. That's beautiful to watch. Ward Hibbett. Dion Hammond, what can he do? He's going to have to do it off the dribble. 23-10 to London this quarter, but it's 23-13 off that 3. And if Hammond can get hot, things can change very quickly. Reynolds, as they go into it, they look as though they're in a zone 2-1-2 and then switching out. Just trying to cause a bit of confusion for the Lions. Left hand, that's so tough.
Hard to defend that once Shavar Reynolds Jr. gets into the lane, and he's so good at extending, and the beautiful layup off the glass coming right back, and
nice
a throw down, and they're going to wave that off.
Yeah. Yep. Wonderful defense, and it's Ovi Soko, the veteran. And what can you say about Ovi? In and out throughout the season, games-wise, but whenever he's asked to play and he's fit enough, he'll give you something, that's for sure.
Yeah. The captain, the veteran, Ovi Soko, you got to wonder how many more years left he has in his legs if he's going to come back and give it another run. I haven't heard anything otherwise, so I expect to see him in the London Lions lineup next year. Speaking of the London
35
Lions,
years old.
Do you like the new unis? Do you like the icy white playoffs?
Yeah, I do like it. I think, they are repping it well and looks smart.
I think this is what I'm supposed to say. Get yours now online at londonlions.com or something, but I don't have that copy in front of me, so I'm sure you can find them somewhere on the internet.
You got it. Adamu to Reynolds Jr. Screen and the dive, and now the post up from Ovi Soko, and smart play, had Hammond on his back.
Ovi Soko's a really athletic player. If you follow him on Instagram, which I do, he makes me mad because he's always in the gym. And you never see him eating junk food, and he's always in the gym. And he's just such an athletic guy who's taken such good care of his body, and that's why he can play in this league as long as he has and be a contributor. And let's not forget, he's the captain of this team, and that's something that the players vote on, and Ovi Soko is their choice.
Got it 68% from the free throw line, played at highest level of European basketball in France, and Murcia went to the Basketball Champions League Final Four, and now back home. And, well, if they can keep him for another season and get a full season out of him, and Euro, and if they're going to do Euro Cup again next year, he's going to be a key player.
Yeah, no question about it. Ovi Soko gives you those minutes that don't show up on the stat sheet. So now, as we come down to the final 90 seconds, this is go time for the Eagles. You got to end with a flurry.
Hammond, sidestep, rains it, and this is what he can do.
That is
Dion Hammond.
Good-looking jumper.
He left Kieran Sandy for dust. Reynolds. Adamu got to step out to him, otherwise he's going to knock that down. He doesn't this time. And look at Soko competing with Camway. In fact, with Okafor.
Yeah, Okafor thought he had it in his possession, knocked out. He hits the deck, and Ovi Soko again mixing it up with the youngsters, sky and high. Still has plenty of hops in those legs. The ball will go back over to the Eagles. So here you go, minute 3 to play. You find yourself down by 8 points, a three-pointer here, and you're gonna have a chance maybe for, you'll have a chance obviously for another possession.
Ward Hibbett again, double team on the catch. So tough, wonderful play. That is incredible defense and energy and the trap and the timing, Todd. And well, I'm gonna have to see what have they called a offensive foul there on Ward Hibbett?
You're right, on the lean-in.
It looked as though they were calling offensive foul. Ward Hibbett does not quite understand that call as Kande comes in, and Ward Hibbett comes out.
Mark Studel also does not like that call. I love how they're, and he said the magic word, and Mark Studel gets teed up as he was focused his attention on the official on the far side because the officials close to him wouldn't make eye contact.
You got it. And now Coach Studler's got to be careful here. I think that was tough on Ward Hibbett.
Yeah.
We maybe have to look at it again. Did he try and use the elbow or a short arm to clear out the guys? But again, it was the timing of that trap, Todd, on the sideline. They surrounded Ward Hibbett, and maybe frustration got the better of him. And Shavar Reynolds knocks down the free throw, and now things are really ramping up. The London Lions, with their defense, are causing some real problems for the Eagles. 45-36, plus 18, plus 9, that's plus 27 on the aggregate score over the 2 games. Soko looking for options. Nice bounce pass, handoff to Adamu. Big step back. And that's 1 from 3 now for Adamu. But he wants to shoot when he comes in the game, Todd.
Hits the first one, so he kept the green light on. Hammond now, deep range 3, holy.
Hammond just short on that one. That was a long way out. Cole Long trying to chase Reynolds. Reynolds into the corner, shot fake, Brown, look out.
Oof.
And he goes from point A to point B in a flash.
That jab step, and he just takes the baseline, and there's no one protecting the rim, and it's an easy bucket for Chandi Brown Jr.
Okafor, Kande trying to set a screen and trying to pop, but shot coming up, long rebound. Chandi Brown in transition, and a foul by Cole Long. Just trying to stop that transition, and London Lions will be at the line for 2 shots. Didn't seem a lot of contact, but...
No, I don't know what Coach Studel's pointing at.
Well, Chandi Brown Jr. played in Taiwan last year and played in the G League, and just American experience. And this sort of player to come in and just be in the rotation, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, it's quite a pickup for the mid-season for the London Lions, and he comes in and fills a void of, I'll say playmaker, but man, he's such an explosive ball player.
Yeah, some of the best dunks of the season. Here we go. Now, can Newcastle finish with a flourish just short from Okafor? But he got the shot off, Todd. But at half-time, this big crowd here at the Crystal Palace Sports Centre is really enjoying this, especially if the Lions fans. 49-36 at the half. Big half for London Lions, but they've not had it all their own way, Todd.
You know what I got to say? It's that last 2 minutes. The Josh Ward-Hibbert foul, obviously the technical on the coach, but they had it in an 8-point game with the ball with a chance to cut it to either 6 or 5, and they end up going to the halftime, and it's 49-36. So it went the wrong way. Remember, aggregate score, they're already down. So Mark Studel's going to have to give the talk of a lifetime here at the halftime.
And Mitch Clark has got to get healthy in a hurry, but But all London Lions can concentrate on is doing this job professionally, which is what Coach Sabonis said pre-game, and he's not looking any further past there. I mean, Coach Studel's still trying to get his point across to the refs. He's got to be careful. He's already had one tech, Todd. One more, he's gone.
Every now and then I think a coach does this to fire their players up, but I think you're playing with a little bit of fire. Firing your players up when you're really shorthanded with just 2. Last thing they want is to be shorthanded with players and shorthanded with a coach.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Well, there's the game stats. And what can you pick out here that gives London Lions the edge?
London Lions, look at that, 89% on free throws, 2 points, not great, 23%. But look at the 2 fouls, 70% for 2-pointers, doing a fantastic job, 16 of 23. The London Lions will get it done, and they're playing with house money, again, with the 18-point aggregate scoring on top.
Well, there's the statistics, and we got a halftime show coming up. Enjoy that as London Lions in charge of this one, plus 18 from the first game, and in charge of this game. There's Coach Sabonis, still coaching hard with his coaching group, and we'll see you the other side of the halftime break. Enjoy.
Now boarding the train of thought.
Football. There's a lot to consider. Form guides, injuries, tactics. Here's something simple. Early payout from Boyle Sports. Go 2 goals up and you'll walk away a winner. No matter what. When your team goes 2 goals up, you win. On singles, ACCAs, and bet builders. Back yourself at Boyle Sports, home of the early payout.
I'm happy who I am. I'm happy who the parents I have. And my father especially, he taught us a lot of things, how to be a man and to respect everybody and to respect the game and respect what you do. So, it's something that is important, but at the same time, everybody has a father, everybody has a family, you just try to represent your family the best way possible. Does that, my dad in Lithuania especially has a little extra sauce to it, let's say, or in Europe in general. But yeah, I'm just happy for the father I have. He loved us. He taught us a lot, and he always showed us the way. Everybody thinks like, it's automatic that my dad's going to push us to play basketball or to do basketball. He never did. He never wanted. He's like, you guys do whatever you guys want to. It just happens automatically. You're just around the game the whole time. You're going to practices. And when he was in Portland, then, we moved to Spain and we get put into basketball, but when we were in America, we did everything. We did football, golf, tennis, soccer, or football in that case, did everything. And it just happened to make it to basketball. We were good. We liked it, we understood the game. And that, like for example, my big brother, he stopped playing at 18, and my dad didn't mind it at all, So yeah, my brother's working in a hotel. He's a hotel manager. My sister's in Japan. My brother's obviously in the NBA, and I'm a coach. So, everybody just went their own path. So my dad wasn't a big, that we had to do basketball. But yeah, in the last 2-3 years playing in Spain, I already started doing the coaching course in Spain to be able to do it. I was always asking a lot of questions to the coaches. I always realized coaches were getting annoyed by me because I'm asking why we do this, why that. Does this make sense? This doesn't make sense. So I was already, my last 3 years, my last year playing, actually, I was coaching one of the youth teams at the club that I was playing just to get some, traction. And then, for the course, you needed to do it. And then at 27, when the offers that I wanted weren't coming, I knew it was going to be eventually going to happen. I thought maybe if you start earlier, I can get higher faster or younger or whatever the case may be. So I'm very happy I took the decision and, here I am. I am a hard worker. I believe in hard work every day, discipline. But I would say that everything happened. I'd probably be surprised that everything happened so quick that I'm a head coach in London, Euro Cup and SLB, at 33. But I'm very thankful again for the opportunity, for everybody that allowed me to do this, to have the coaching staff that I have and the players that I have that are very, very, very easy to coach and very, 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 very good rounded people.
It's the first time we've ever had a major final in British basketball here at the AO Arena.
The 2026 Super League Cup Final is underway. Harrison drains the three. Gale to the basket. Out to Hottinger. Three is good for Ronnie Hottinger. Lewis spins to the basket. Great finish off the glass. Ciara finishes under the basket. Gale dancing around the outside, steps back. That will do it. The Sheffield Hatters are your 2026 Cup Final winners. This has all the right ingredients to be a fantastic final.
Speed from Phillip getting to the rim. To the spin move. What a finish from Gale Savoy. Steps away, Johnson splashes, another three. Jordan Johnson is on fire here in the final. There's McGusty and he's fouled as well. Jordan Johnson again. What a play from Tariq Phillip. McGusty does go on McGusty from the elbow, and it is London who've made it 2 from 2. They are the Cup champions.
I think as an English player growing up, for me at least, I never really imagined playing in England until maybe, towards the end of my career with opportunities here. But yeah, like you say, when I finished my college career and I kind of got contact from London Lions, it was kind of like an opportunity thing. I can't pass this down to be able to play Euro Cup level, like you say, play at one of the most decorated clubs. My sister's had experience here playing a couple of years ago, and her experience, and for someone who's English to be able to play in your home country and play the level we're playing at and do that as my job is something that was, too good to not do. For me at least, I think the biggest thing is just being open-minded to everything. I think obviously the transition from being a senior in college, where you're seen as one of the older guys that's more experienced, that you've seen a lot of the college scene, to then going to be in the first year, the rookie again, where you're kind of opened up to a whole new realm of, like you say, Tariq, J3, that played professional basketball for 8, 9, 10 years. So I think just being open-minded, learning from loads of different people, and also just enjoy it as much as you can. I would say the biggest thing is just keep going. It's a long race. I don't think there's any shortcuts or any. I think a lot of the time people are looking for certain tips and tricks to get to where they want to go, and I think a lot of the time, from my experience at least, it's just the person that keeps going. I would say. I think I know a lot of people that maybe I was in a similar situation with them when I was 17, 18, and I kind of just kept going. I'd say there's obviously certain stuff, a lot of hard work, a lot of luck, that's gone into it. But I just think just keep going and make. I know it's kind of a bit cliche, but just that 1% every day, add a little bit that's going to help over 5, 10, 15 years of your career.
Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Welcome back to Crystal Palace. It's playoff action. The quarterfinals, first round, second game between London Lions and the Newcastle Eagles, and the Lions leading 49-36 at the moment at half-time, and plus 18. They won by 18 in the first game. Todd Harris alongside. Todd, great to have your insight here, and what's your first thoughts from that first half?
Well, I think the London Lions in the last 2 minutes of that first half did what they do. They apply pressure defensively, and then they take advantage of every mistake. It was a close game in the first quarter. 5-point lead for the Newcastle Eagles at one point, but let's not forget they are trailing on the aggregate before the ball was even tipped by 18, so they had a lot of work to do. Plus, they are dealing with just 7 available players tonight, and we saw 2 injuries in the first half with Hammond and Clark, and that just cannot happen for them to have any chance in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of issues for Coach Studel to deal with, and he lost it slightly, lost his own discipline as well, got ticked up, so he's one technical away for him leaving the arena. He's going to want to stay until the end, as we see the highlights from the first half. And again, total team performance from London Lions.
Yeah, and I think what impressed me the most about what the London Lions did, it was not one-on-one ball. It was sharing is carrying, and that pass up ahead to Chandi Brown Jr. got the fans on their feet with the thunderous dunk. Look at this look again. He elevates, boom, puts it down. The folks, the players, everyone on their feet. I just think the way the London Lions are playing right now, the way they're sharing the basketball, making the extra pass, cutters are there, the rebound, the defensive hustle's there. We've already seen a lot of players hit the deck diving for balls. Yep. It's got to make Coach Sabonis happy. And remember, the Leicester Riders are sitting and waiting for the winner of this game.
Yeah, for sure. Manchester in the other semi-final, awaiting the winner of, well, we'll know regarding Surrey 89ers and Cheshire Phoenix. And Cheshire were in complete control of that 2-game aggregate matchup after the first leg, even though the 89ers were leading earlier. Right. We will update you with the final scores of that. So what can the Eagles do now? Let's look at this first 3 minutes, Todd.
Well, I think they replicate what they did to start the game. Hit those open shots, which is key. Play good, sound defense. And you made a good point when you talked with Coach Studel. It's, you know what, you can't win this game in 20 minutes. You got to take it piece by piece. And so I think if they manage this game, get some good defensive stops, take care of the ball, and are, handle the ball well, take care of the basketball, and get good shots, and most importantly, hit them down and crash the boards, they'll have themselves a chance. But it's a big mountain to climb with the aggregate. But I think they're going to want to end the season for not only themselves but their fans on a possible win tonight.
Yeah, you got it. Just 3 offensive rebounds for the Lions tonight. That's positive as well for the Eagles as we get underway. 21 offensive rebounds on Friday in Newcastle. Ward Hibbett gets free off the dribble, misses his first shot.
And I think that's the toughest shot in basketball. You come out at halftime, you're trailing, you had an offensive foul to start, or in the last 2 minutes of the first half, which really kind of changed the tides of the game, and then you get a wide open 3 and you're thinking, I got to hit this, we need this so badly.
Well, he certainly got the look. Here goes Lions in the half court. Chondi Brown looking inside. Nice play by Ethan Price. Perfection from the London Lions. Nice assist from Brown Jr.
Excellent execution. Look at this. He gets position, doesn't even take the step and the post or bounce the ball. He goes right up with it. So the pass was on the money. When you give it to the big man, put it right in the breadbasket for him. He caught it, pivoted off the glass.
And here we get another look at it again. But again, as you say, Price at the size he's got, just keep the ball up, and nice finish. And he drains the free throw as well, and he's becoming a really important piece for this London Lions team.
Yeah, you look at the way he started the season, the way he was playing, maybe a little hesitant on the shot, but I feel like his confidence is growing, obviously, and the teams recognize that, and they're giving him opportunities, and a great answer for Dion Hammond. That is maybe the biggest bucket of the night if you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah, Dion Hammond, their beautiful stop and pop, got the defense way off him. Shavar Reynolds, Dean Williams scoreless at the moment, and Cam McGusty as well. But I can't see that staying. If they play decent minutes, I can't see it staying like that. Dean Williams gets his own miss with the tip back. Shavar Reynolds, dribble, pull up, drains it for 3. Nice job from Shavar Reynolds.
Back-to-back 3-point plays from Shavar Reynolds and Ethan Price, and that is just not what Mark Studel needed. They needed to come out with some intensity and maybe go on a run of their own and catch the Lions napping just a little bit, but it's the Lions who come out offensively with the spark.
55-38. Lions lead over the Eagles, and another steal. And here comes the team in white. McGusty fakes the pass to Chondi Brown and gets the left-hand layup. Timeout, Newcastle Eagles.
K-Mac with a little hocus pocus as he shows the fake and then takes it right to the cup. And Mark Studel has seen enough. He says, we're going to shut this thing down. He's got to space out these timeouts because they've got a long half to go. But again, this is what the London Lions do. They get on a roll. What a quick 8 points for them. But I love the way they start out. Look at this. Pass, inside entry. Don't even waste time. Go right up to it and the foul. And then Shavar Reynolds Jr. says, you know what? I can do this myself from beyond the arc. But this was the play right here. Beautiful pass. McGusty, no one's going to stop ball on the fake and the layup.
Yeah, that's great. McGusty on the layup. Now, this is how you can get tickets for the final at the O2 playoff finals coming up on the weekend of the 17th of May.
Can I give a shameless plug?
Yeah, go on.
That is one game. If you haven't gone to an SLB game all year long, that is the game you want to go to.
You got it.
On the 17th of May, get yourself out there. It's an easy get anywhere in the London area. Plenty of great seats, and it'll be this will be an NBA-style game type crowd. They'll get 12, 15,000 people in there, and it'll be a great show.
Get your tickets now, www.axs.com. And, London Lions going for the whole thing this season. It's going to be Manchester, and I think it will be Cheshire Phoenix in the other semi-final, which is going to be an unbelievable two-leg semi-final as well. So, but who's going to stop London Lions? Maybe the only team that can stop London Lions is themselves.
The London Lions, yeah. But the way they're playing, Graham, especially the way they finished off this season, you didn't see a lull of, hey, we've already won the regular season, we can just coast into this. They played some intense basketball, and they're showing it here. Although they're up by 18 on aggregate to start this game, they came in, especially to end that second quarter, with some serious fire.
Okafor misses. Camway, Ward Hibbett, open 3 off the offensive rebound, misses. And the ex-London Lions just couldn't quite get that to go. But you're right, and it comes back to Sabonis. You see him. He was tetchy before the game today. Everything wasn't quite set up right for the interview. He is totally focused, but we got straight into it with him, and he gives the same messages every game, and the team are following him. And Cam Auguste there off the dribble and into the three, misses that.
He brings a definite intensity to the sideline, does head coach Sabonis. But I gotta say this: if I'm a player, I gotta like that in the sense of you don't have to do anything fancy to impress him or get more minutes. Play hard, play great defense, make the smart play.
Yeah. And play what he asks you to run, and don't freewheel it.
Yeah.
And you can see with these players, they've got some of the best players in the league, but they play as a team, and that's a nice inbounds play, and Camway with a push shot.
Sometimes for the big man, that's the hardest shot. They're only 6-7 feet out, but he's a nice soft touch, and Canway with a great bucket for the Eagles.
Right. Dean Williams now to McGusty. I mean, there is talent all over this court for the London Lions. What a great treat for the fans on Bank Holiday weekend. And Dean Williams now on the score sheet as well. So everybody is at the party now.
So Dean Williams there drives the base. You watch that left arm, gets a little bit of a push off there. Didn't extend the arm, so the official didn't call it. But I got to think that if you're Deion Hammond, you're thinking, I just got a stiff arm shiver and nothing was called.
And Dean Williams is a nightmare cover as well. Can score at all three levels, and a lot of experience at top European competition, and bringing that to the Lions. Reynolds Jr., look out. He wants to get to the basket for one of those Showtime dunks, I'm sure, Williams, in front of this sellout crowd. And Ethan Price, offensive foul. And Deion Hammond did get fouled that time for sure.
Yeah, Deion Hammond's a smaller guard, but when he goes flying across the paint, someone obviously gave him a little bit of an assist, and that was Ethan Price on the push-off as he was trying to get that entry pass from Shavar Reynolds Jr. You look at the players on here, and I think, gosh, if London can bring back a majority of these players, again, the 26-27 season is going to be probably another successful year for them.
I totally agree. It's very difficult to argue against that, and to bring that same, can they bring Sabonis back as well? Is it a 2-year project, 3-year project for Coach Sabonis as well?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, just having been back in the States for the last few weeks, watching a lot of NBA basketball as well, is obviously that's the promised land. That's where most players want to get to, is the NBA, not only for the money but the exposure, but it's the top level league. But if you can't make the NBA, turn your attention across the pond, gentlemen, because there's some good ball to be played over here in Britain.
Yeah, you got it. And just looking at McGusty and Shawnee Brown, Shavar Reynolds as well, and they've had other players that, since they've come out of the Euro Cup, they've had to release. So the London Lions are attracting high-level players, and they've got some top Brits as well to complement those players. Here comes McGusty, baseline drive. Williams attacks, stops, fade away, no good. Great D without fouling from the Eagles. Ward Hibbett, he's played a lot of minutes and had a lot of responsibility tonight. Screen from Camway, who pops. Still Hibbett, but he can't break free, and that is excellent D. I think he's just got a ball or an arm in his face as well. London Lions playing uncompromising basketball here, Todd.
He's going to take a knee, and Mark Studel's going to be forced into possibly subbing him out, which he doesn't have the luxury of a lot of players. He's up and walking now, but he's going to take him out for just a moment and let Savor Candy give him a breather.
And I think Sabonis has, well, we knew he was going to go about it this way. He is giving no call at all to Newcastle. Show him respect, but he's playing as if Newcastle have got a full roster and playing hard, and at the moment dominating this second leg. Williams, and again he's in the flow on that pick and pop.
Yeah, when Dean Williams is stepping out beyond the arc, he is a tough matchup. Goes 6'8", and with that range and length that he has, so if you're a defender, obviously you worry about him as he gets close to the cup, but when he steps out there, you take your chances, you roll the dice. That time it did not come up Yahtzee because he buried that three.
Hammond, catch and shoot, and squared up in a blink of an eye.
Oh, what a pass.
And that is just beautiful. London Lions are in full flow now. McGusty with the finish.
That might be one of the most potent backcourts in the entire league, with Shavar Reynolds Jr. and Cam McGusty on the court. K-Mac taking it from SRJ. Beautiful bounce pass, and lays it in.
Camway getting fouled as he lost balance, diving to the basket. And It's physical, and Newcastle fans are here as well. This is a long drive to get down here, or a long train journey, and they're there with the band as well.
I had a few Newcastle fans on the train with me as we made our way to the Crystal Palace Park, and they were ramped up. It's your team, and I love the fact that they'll travel. That's not an easy trip, and they're supporting their team to the very end.
The most successful team in top flight British basketball history. 28 trophies, and Darius Defoe, who's down on that bench tonight, came out early before the game, and I was able to have a chat with him, and as he was just putting up some shots, and you know, he said this is where it all started. This area, London, is where it, you know, Hackney College, Hackney White Heat, and got the pro contract with Newcastle, who've taken care of him, and he's taken care of British basketball for sure. 41 years young, the same age as another prominent basketball player across the pond, and we thought Ethan Price was going to go skyward for the dunk there. Okafor.
Tariq Phillip with a beautiful entry pass in there. Tariq Phillip's got the same kind of handle as Allen Iverson. This close to getting called for carry, but he pulls it off.
Hammond sidestep. That's tough. They made it really difficult. And look at, and he's just fluffed his lines there. Tariq Phillip. He'll want to make amends, otherwise Hammond. And Lenz Balance up off his feet, and well, very physical defense from Tariq Phillip, who wanted to make amends. And I think Sabonis has got to be careful now. He doesn't want to get a technical. Camway out. Ward Hibbett back in.
That is a great matchup. I mean, athlete on athlete, Tariq Phillip and Hammond going head to head. I mean, that's two guys that you want to get them in a game of horse or something, but their open court prowess and the way they can shoot and sky, definitely worth the price of admission today.
Yeah, Dion Hammond went to college at Monmouth. Of course, that's Jersey area, isn't it? Again,
the tri-state area, they call it. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
You got it.
And then you factor in the Philadelphia kids and the Washington, D.C., Maryland kids, and there's some... The captain checks in, and immediately he gets whistled.
Ovi Soko leading the uncompromising play.
He wasn't in for 5 seconds.
Yeah. There's no love shown there as Ovi Soko leaves his opponent on an island.
He's a gentle giant, though. You know that? I'm here to have a chat with Ovi Soko.
Yeah, you got it.
He's such a gentleman, nice guy, great athlete.
Yeah, you can talk with Ovi. I mean, when we were doing the shows out of Ealing, you know, Ovi was in the studio and you know, brought a lot to those shows.
Always came dressed to the nines,
you
right?
You got it.
Ovi Soko, Jeanette Kwachi.
That's it. You got it. Some high-profile people.
High-profile people.
That was great. That was great. That was BBL. This is SLB, and the referee heading to the table just below us.
This is one thing I do love they do in the NBA when the officials come to the table and they have that microphone there.
Yeah.
They'll flip on the microphone and tell you exactly what they're doing, what they're looking at. Love the
they haven't
transparency.
Quite got that. Yeah, they haven't quite got that here yet. Oh, I'm not sure. Well, just to let you know, we are in amongst the fans tonight. We cannot get any closer to the fans, and some are just trying to vacate.
Seating's at a premium here, Graham.
Yeah, you got. Now,
I have no idea what just happened.
Well, I think we got a bit distracted by the crowd movement, so we need to focus in here. Studel is speaking to the ref. Maybe we get a replay from the guys.
So it was possession to Newcastle. The refs came to this sideline, talked about something, then congregated together, and now they just flipped it and gave the ball to the London Lions.
We're just, I think that, well, foul on Gus Okafor and Ovi Soko. Now McGusty, corner, Aaron Rye, back to McGusty. And man-to-man screen from Soko, dives immediately to the bucket. Kande got his hands full, gets to the free throw line. Big rebound from Tariq Phillip. He loves going in amongst the trees. And Ovi Soko in the thick of it. yet again, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Doing the little things. We've talked about it before. Ovi's not going to come in and dazzle with speed and deep range threes, but he does the dirty work.
Yeah, didn't play Friday night, same as Emin Adamu, and he's just trying, I guess, to build his minutes back up again, Todd, to get ready. If they're going to win this, I'm going to stick my neck out and say they're going to take care of business here. But, you know, Leicester in the next round, after all the issues they've had, and if Ovi and they're there and waiting, but if Ovisoko can get fit and ready, he's going to be a crucial cog in the wheel.
Now Darius Defoe is being warned. The officials want him to sit down because he's pleading the case for the Eagles. And
well, maybe Darius could come on and create a little bit of havoc of himself. That would be one heck of a matchup, Defoe versus Ovisoko. I'll pay just to watch that. Ward Hibbett goes to the bucket. Here he goes. And he's blocked at the rim and ends up in a heap on the baseline.
They're going to give this foul to either Dean Williams or Ovisoko, and it looks like they're getting Dean Williams on that. But I love the fact that the captain, Ovisoko, did not give up on the play. And he was not going to let former teammate Josh Ward Hibbett have a throwdown in his house.
No way. And, you know, they're just sending the message out to Newcastle and to Leicester, saying whatever the situation, we are going full throttle. And just going to Ovisoko, 11 games this season in the regular season, 13.5 minutes a game, as Mark Stoutel still speaking to the referee. And I think the referee's
his money's worth.
I think the referee's doing a good job not teeing him up and saying, you know what, enough's enough. But we can't quite hear what Mark's saying to him. But it's a very animated conversation. I think he's just said, if you carry on, you may be gone. So just please calm down. I think that's pretty well done by the ref there.
And Mark Stoutel's basically letting all the other officials know, now I just chewed his ears off, now let me have some time with
next?
you as well. Who wants to venture over in that area?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? Here's my point on that. He's doing his job. He's protecting his players.
Absolutely.
He doesn't feel like they are getting the calls, and so he's doing what he should be doing now. You made a great point earlier. He's got to watch himself because he's already got one, and I'm sure he wants to be here for his players at end the season the right way.
Ward Hibbett. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 21 minutes of play, and he's had injuries as well this season coming back, and this is a big, heavy load, and we've seen how that can affect you with what's happened with Mitch Clark, which is so unfortunate.
Which we haven't seen him in the second half.
You put Clark out, they're just an extra ball handler, extra player with heart, and you know, he just kept going at the Lions on Friday, but he's not here, so they're going to have to go. They're going to go with Dean Williams. It's big minutes as well for Kande.
If you just joined us, Mitch Clark took a shot to the side, lower ribcage area in the first half. They bandaged him up, and he did not return to the court as yet in the second half. So the Newcastle Eagles, who came in with 7 active players dressed and ready to go, are now down to 6.
Nice save, but Soko gets it and invites the foul, and he gets fouled, and he goes to the line for 2 shots.
Not a bad foul. I mean, Ovi had a clear path to the bucket, and he struggled to remember the last time at the line and missed both of them. So rather than give him an easy bucket or a dunk, put him on the line and make him earn it.
68% from the free throw line for the regular season.
Kieran Sandy's going to come into the game. He got a few minutes. Another local product.
Yeah, London boy, went to college in the States and then come back to Lions, and he's stuck with it. And you know what, he could be another key player, because it's just another one that comes in with energy, and if he needs to fill up some minutes, Sabonis knows what he's going to get with him.
He's one of those guys for me, when I watch Kieran Sandy, he just needs reps. He just needs what they say in racing, seat time.
Yeah.
Because he's got the athletic ability, he's got the physical presence, he's got the size, he just needs reps.
Yeah, and he had some positive minutes against the Surrey 89ers in that last regular season game down at the Surrey Sports Park.
Yeah.
And he got into positions and made his shots. He's just got to, as you say, get the minutes, get comfortable in those important moments. And Camway, big-time play off 2 feet.
Camway with 2 well-earned points there as he went up against the captain, Ovisoko. So no quit yet in these Newcastle Eagles. They trail it big numbers, and of course trailed by 18 on aggregate coming into this one, but I got to respect them. I got to respect their fans.
And Tariq Phillip pulls up just behind the line. Great job by his GB teammate. What a pass, Soko. Can he get the finish? He's just going to take his time, spins, underhand layup. And Aaron Rye, the MVP from last season, the leading rebounder for the Lions, gets the rebound. Extra possession leads to a mystery.
3 shots. You cannot, and this goes for any team in this league, you cannot give the London Lions 3 opportunities in possession.
21 offensive rebounds Friday night. And that was a massive
killer
difference. 38 points from the bench as well. But as you alluded to, as Camway gets fouled, look at who's coming off the bench. There's no drop-off.
No.
From whoever comes on the floor.
And if you're playing your best ball, which I think in the first quarter here, Newcastle was playing their best ball. Remember, they had a 5-point lead, and they were doing everything they needed to do. The problem is, okay, there's going to be a little bit of a let-up maybe when they go to the second string to give the starters a breather. But you're bringing Aaron Ryan, Dean Williams off the bench. You're bringing off Mo Solowati off the bench. Cam McGusty's coming off the bench. It's like, are you kidding me? So it's a never-ending flow of talent coming off the bench for head coach Talvitas Sabonis.
Camway 4 of 8 from the line going into these shots as the noise level goes. And this is a really big crowd. All the VIP section and full. They need. This is like a much tighter arena than the Copper Box.
There's
Great
definitely
atmosphere.
A playoff feel to it, but I gotta say, I don't think I want to be a VIP today. But the warm, this temperatures in this building, those people that are in that glass VIP boxes. Give me the open air.
Nice defense from Eagles, and Camway still fighting.
Oh, and Aaron Rye just picks his pocket.
Yeah. Aaron Rye saves it, but steps out of bounds. And, well, they're just front foot basketball, relentless basketball. They only concede. They're way ahead in first place, 78 points or thereabouts per game. That is miles ahead of anybody else. And it's because of these moments, whatever the situation, they're in your face, trying their best. And Aaron Rye trying to move his feet, but he gets the foul called against him. Sabonis coaching him from the sideline hard. Let's see what the communication is going to be here. We could do with Sabonis mic'd up, really.
Oh, you kidding me? That would be award-winning television right there. I love the fact that
something
Aaron
for
Rye,
the playoff final,
there you go.
Or playoff semifinals.
You put that memo forward, and I'll back you on it. I love the fact that Aaron Ryan, when he commits a foul, immediately looks over to the bench because he knows what's coming, and he had to plead his case, not only the officials, but head coach Sabonis. Don't take me out. I know what I did, but yeah.
And he's listening with his eyes very much there. You've got to listen with your eyes. Any young players there, if the coach is talking to you, don't just listen with the eyes and nod of the head. Now, this is a good way to make up for the defensive foul. Good open look.
If he'd hit that, all forgiven. Coach Sabonis would have said all forgiven.
You got it. Dion Hammond inbounding to Okafor.
He's a great young talent. I hope they can bring him back next year because he's really another shining star in the future.
Yeah, with the other players out, one of their leading scorers and can get it done in a hurry, as he did against Surrey 89ers in their big win on the road just a few weeks ago at the Surrey Sports Park. Camway trying to get open, just bullies his way to the bucket, and Soliade couldn't get the job done there defensively.
Camway is a handful at 6'10". I think the point that we've made, and we've done it well throughout the broadcast, Graham, is this is not the same Newcastle team that was seen in the season as Aaron Rye is blocked in there. I mean, you're talking about a lot of talent with Maceo Jack, Rayshawn Taylor, all of them not missing. A beautiful three for Kieran Sandwich.
Now, Kieran Sandy, he was doing that regularly against the 89ers. He just got to get the minutes.
Yeah.
And you said it, so get the reps up.
The reps.
But game reps.
Yep.
When it really matters. And just give Coach Sabonis something to think about rotations. Okafor, fouled by Tariq Phillip, who was not going to let him get loose there.
Yeah. Just to continue my thought, though, I look at Newcastle Eagles and the way they started the season. They hit their stride kind of in the middle, but the talent they do not have on the floor tonight is a huge difference. I mean, I talked about Rayshawn Taylor, I talked about Maceo Jack, Darius Defoe gives you the minutes, Malcolm Smith. I mean, that's points and points and points and experience and talent that you just don't have. And so Mark Studel really operating with 6 guys at sometimes to try to take on the best team in the British basketball.
Terrell Burden as well, 13 points. One of their leading guards, 4 assists a game. And it's just been tough to rotate, but they've kept fighting. And the fatigue factor may kick in that final quarter, because London Lions aren't letting up.
No.
Not in front of this sellout crowd here tonight. Myself and Todd Harris here for you, narrating our way through another London Lions successful evening so far. Inside right, that is triple teamed and really strong D, and Aaron Rye will go to the line for 2 shots. Todd Harris.
So once again, Aaron Rye getting himself into position. Now let's talk about Aaron Rye's basketball skill set. We've always said his basketball IQ is so high. He's not the biggest player. He's not the fastest player. He doesn't have the longest jumper. He doesn't jump the highest. But somehow he is last year's league MVP, and somehow he's on the court at crunch time all the time. So for you young kids watching, and you want to find a way into this league, watch the way Aaron Rye plays.
Yeah.
If you're not a big jumper shooter, watch how he plays. He's a smart ball player, and he does the little things that keeps him on the court.
You got it. And he knocks those free throws down. Okafor, last few seconds. 5 seconds, under 5. Okafor's going to he's going to step through. Push shot, left-handed.
Oh, my!
Oh, bit of Larry Bird there, Todd. Playing left-handed for the finish of the quarter.
99 making like the 33. You called it as he puts it in. And for the second time in this game, he gets a last-second shot to fall. I think it was the first quarter.
Yeah.
He did it on Ovi Soko for a three-pointer.
Wow. Well, that's the end of the third quarter. London Lions are in control, but a nice finish by Okafor. And Newcastle Eagles, 1 quarter left in their season.
Yeah.
I would say, with the minus 18 from game 1, and they are down at the moment in this. But let's talk about their effort in a short-handed roster here,
Okay.
Todd.
Yeah, and I think it's worth pointing out, and you meant this earlier in the quarter, there's no quit. They're not giving up. They can say, hey, we're down by 18 before we came in saying, we're down to 6 players, forget this. I love the attitude that they're bringing. Look at the numbers here. We'll take a quick look at 59%, for the London Lions, on 59 as well for the Eagles, and across the board. Now, we talked about rebounds, 31 to 27, pretty even, so credit to the Newcastle Eagles for hitting the boards.
Yeah, that's a lot better than Friday night. They were totally out-rebounded, especially offensive rebounds, 21. Which was incredible. 20 assists to 7. A lot of stuff off the dribble for the Eagles, but that's just, is that London Lions?
Yeah.
Great defense at taking out the passing lanes.
I think it's a little bit of that, and I think it's a little bit of London Lions' attitude and the way their culture is. It starts with Aaron Rye sharing the ball, making the extra pass. We saw that in the first half, how so many of Aaron Rye's extra passes. I tell you what, if I'm Ethan Price, I'm buying Aaron dinner tonight, because he has been the recipient of a couple Aaron Price could have taken this shot and decided to give him up for an easier shot.
Yeah, you got it. And that is so good to see when you have a multi-talented team. They've got some of the best individuals that have played in this league for a long time. But when you put them together, and I love the way they pass it around the outside, Todd, but also just as dynamic when they share it inside as well.
So we'll go into the fourth quarter, Graham. It's a 70-54 lead for the London Lions. Came into this one with an 18-point lead on aggregate, and now the London Lions want to send the fans home happy who made the trip here to the Crystal Palace, including myself and Graham Hiscock. We'll be on the train, hopefully with a lot of happy London Lions fans.
Got it.
But for the Newcastle Eagles fans, tip a cap to them, because they came and they put on a great show. Had a 5-point lead in the first half.
They certainly did, and it forced London Lions into a timeout, and then they had to come out and step their game up. And so, Coach Sabonis said it before the game. We're not just gonna ease our way through this. That's not his way, and he demands it of his London Lion players. And there's no egos, there's no room for egos, as Coach Stoodles now has the ear of all 3 referees. Todd, how's he done that?
I don't know, because he was working one-on-one. I can do one-on-one matchup, but he's in a full zone right now. It's a 3-on-1 situation, so he doesn't have the numbers. Pleading his case, letting them know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's just asking, guys, we're already down 18. Just let's be consistent. Be consistent. Give my guys a break here. Come on.
Yeah, and he will never stop protecting his team. And look at the fans. What an evening of hoops at the Crystal Palace. When it still says on the signs National Sports Centre. Obviously, the Basketball Performance Centre is in Manchester, but don't forget Crystal Palace still has a great venue, and the fans have flocked here tonight, Todd, including us. And we haven't quite been able to get a camera on us, but there are fans all-rounders.
Yes.
And
we're amidst the masses. We are amidst the masses.
They're lucky they haven't ended up calling some of the game, you know. They're that close. We could just switch the headphones.
I'll tell you what, I have done some NBA games in my time, and usually it's not the fans in front of you because you're usually on the front row.
Yeah, sure.
It's the fans behind you and next to you, to the point where they'll put up a scrim or a shade behind you because there's usually someone behind you that's making a signal or popping their jersey on there, and so they just put up an advertising scrim. All the sponsors of the league that will go behind you, so they put you on camera.
But for me, Todd, you know, you've commentated at such high levels with the NBA. How's the buzz? You know, when you're here for an English SLB top flight game, how's the buzz with that and with the NBA and the other stuff you've done?
Some of my favorite games that I've been to since I've been in the UK is the Euro Cup games when teams like Besiktas come to the Copper Box and the Turkish fans turn out, or going to the O2 Arena for the championship game. We already talked about where you can get the tickets for the championship game, but I'm telling you, if you are even a casual basketball fan, mark down that May 17th for the championship, O2 Arena. It's an easy get. It's an easy ticket. You will not be sad that you went there because you'll see some top-flight ball.
Yeah, and that will be an amazing atmosphere. 12, 15,000, as you say, at least, maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe they're even selling out. And this is how you can get your tickets for the London Line playoffs. Well, London Lions will be there if they can get through this and get through either Manchester or Cheshire. Sunday the 17th of May, the O2 London. Get your tickets now at www.axs.com. That's the women and the men's playoffs. Some great games, a great afternoon of family hoops. It's family friendly, and you've got some of the best players in Europe on this London Lions team. Kieran Sandy in motion, goes to the bucket, turns, steps through. This is going to be tough, and he run out of real estate. And he has got bailed out there with a late foul.
He had no shot. He was behind the basket. And you talk about Larry Bird. That would have been a Larry Bird horse shot if he could have put it up and over the rim, over the backboard. But yeah, he got bailed out there on that foul called on Canway. I think he's smiling because he knows. He's like, I had no shot.
Sandy knows, and Canway's frustrated, but just got to go to the next play.
You know who didn't like that call? That man right there on the right side of your screen. I knew that was going to get the ire of Mark Studel.
That is not improving his mood.
No.
3 points for Sandy, and his first time at the free throw line.
So this is playoff basketball, and Kieran Sandy is in and making a contribution in playoff basketball, which is only going to be good for him going forward.
Yeah, 2-2-1, full court zone press, and they get it into the middle. Someone's going to be open. They just got to find the right pass at the right time. Okafor handling the ball against Aaron Wright. Stepping out, Kieran Sandy, all energy. Just moves away. Now it's one-on-one for Canway, and a foul against Aaron Wright.
On the reach. And you know what's interesting, Graham? We talked about this. This isn't the London Lions as far as the full court pressure and the extended defense goes. This is culture. This is Coach Sabonis saying culture. This is how we play, whether we're up by 20 or down by 20. This is how I want my squad playing. And so I respect that. People at home might be saying, you're up by 18 points plus aggregate. Why? Just run clock. Let's run this thing out. But I like what he's sending the message to players. He's still got a starter on the court with Shavar Reynolds Jr. The rest of them are second string.
And 5 seconds again, just absolutely sending the message out that we are the #1 team in the country for a reason. And it's all British.
That's a call that Mark Studel couldn't argue with.
Yeah, all Brits except Reynolds. Saluadi attacks, explodes. Kieran Sandy attacks the closeout. And nice. Kieran Sandy is really upping his game, and he looks confident there, Todd.
He had the option of pulling the trigger on the three, took the drive, then the head fake, then the Euro step, and the soft roll for Kieran Sandy. Nice to see that London product getting the time.
And here goes the pressure again, double teaming the ball, but wide open shot for Canway. Good rebound by Ward Hibbett, super athlete. And he can't get it to finish. And they are competing at every single defensive possession. Adamu, screen from Williams, who dives. Watch out. He just couldn't get himself set for the dunk. Gives it back to Adamu, and that is beautiful interaction between two Brits, Williams and Adamu with the score.
Watching head coach Sabonis on that play kind of shrugged his head like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that, but you know what, it worked out well. We got the 2 points. So again, a nice culture play there as they take the extra pass and get the bucket. And a nice follow-up there by Long. Can't get it to fall.
Nice
They stick
play.
with it. Canway, good for him.
Nice play by Camway, and Cole Long kept it alive, and they are trying right to the last minutes. It's so unfortunate they're so short-handed, and with Rashawn Taylor out and Terrell Burden.
Yeah, we listed, it's almost easier listing the players who aren't playing than it is are, because they are short-handed, the picture of it, but they still got a lot of talent on the court and a lot of pride from the north.
Absolutely, the northeast of England, and beautiful. Just up fake there from Adamu, back out to Solowade. Candy attacks Kieran Sandy, and he gets his own miss. And I tell you what, he's saying, I can get involved here for the remainder of the season.
He hung in the air on that one, took the contact, didn't give up on the shot, came back and got the offensive rebound. That goes gold star material from the coaches.
Adamu up on, and Okafor double teamed as Williams really on the hard show. Hammond short, and good box out from Adamu. It's just the little things. Love to see it from the guards boxing out there. Saade, and wide open three in the corner is just off from Adamu. And Ward Hibbett seeing a lot of action as primary ball handler tonight. Camway setting the screen, rolls to the basket, looking for inside possession. He's got inside position, and Dean Williams with a quick foul.
So Canway will go to the line. Impressive. We talked about the players, the organizations, the attitudes, the league, the parity in the league, everything involved. I'm going to give a big tip of the cap for the final time to the fans here. It is 6:56 to play in this ball game. London has got this thing well in hand by 22 plus aggregate, and I don't see many people leaving.
No, and I think they're enjoying the atmosphere and the way London Lions play, and it's a hot ticket. It's a really hot ticket. So Camway at the line.
Off on the first one, the fans letting them know about it, making a little noise. Coach Sabonis still roaming the sidelines, talking to Mo Solowade, still in the game. Misses them both.
Yeah, Camway has struggled from the free throw line. Shots up for
fresh 14 seconds. Adamo gets the offensive rebound, steps up, pulls the trigger on a three, and buries it.
And
I don't think they're trying to run the score up, Graham, but I think he just kind of shrugged his shoulders. The shot clock was winding down. I had to do something with it.
Yeah, you got it. It's they just create openings, and when that time comes to pull the trigger, you got to take the opportunity. Long, closely guarded by Sandy, who's right in his face. Super defense from Kieran Sandy. Here comes Salade.
I think when this is all said and done, Coach Sabonis is going to be the happiest, not only about obviously the win, but I think he's going to be the happiest about the defensive effort that they've given.
They are the best defensive team by a long way in this league, and they top the league there, and they top the league on 2-point percentage and field goal. Shots up from Reynolds, kept alive by Soko. Camway with the rebound ultimately. Cole Long pushes ahead, picks up the dribble. Hammond trying to shake free, almost impossible, suffocating defense on the ball side. Long attacks, hangs in here. Great defense from Sandy, but he couldn't get it the second time. Timeout to the London Lions.
So they've got a 23-point lead. Coach Sabonis, maybe he's going to empty the bench, but I think everyone's played, right? Everyone that's suited and ready to go is seeing action.
Everyone's played and everyone's scored.
Okay.
London Lions have, at the moment, they're scoring from four points, and nobody's got more than 10, which is quite an incredible defeat. 171-130 is the aggregate. And the scorers from both teams, and Lions 10, 10 and 9 for Rye, Reynolds Jr. and Sandy, and Camway with 15, Hammond with 14, and Long with 10.
I almost want to see Kieran Sandy maybe hit a 3, just so he can be the leading scorer of the game, and then that would just do so much for his confidence.
Yeah, 9 points in 9 minutes for Sandy, and a rebound as well. But again, I think his minutes have been limited at times this year.
Yeah.
To train with these guys. Same with Goodwin as well. Talking to Len Balance about Goodwin potentially might be going off to US college next season. There are some suitors there for him. But, Sandy, whether he's playing 20 minutes a game, 10 minutes, he is training with some of the best players in Europe.
So you got the ear of Lens Ballon. Tell me, how soon, and I've asked him, I think, this question multiple times, how soon until when the season's over do they get right at it the next day for next season?
I think they've already started for sure.
That's already in play. I know they've already identified players that they're going to target, or they're going to try to bring back or try to get.
I think they've been trying to get the core back. And if they can bring most of these players back, as for Cam McGusty and Sean D. Brown, they are hot property all over Europe, I would think. But Adamu for sure, left-hander, pulls up, and that is wonderful shooter's touch. Ultimate. Great play.
Great young talent.
Yeah, Amir Adamu.
Another London product.
And he's ready to play, a lefty. Now Ward Hibbett. Hammond comes through.
Nice pass.
Inside, Okafor with the finish left-handed.
That was a beautiful pass from a veteran, Josh Ward Hibbett, with a bullet pass down below.
Shavar Reynolds handling the ball at the top. Throws it inside. Soko turns and gets fouled. And he goes to the line. Got position.
He's a handful, and you look at Cole Long, who's not small at 6'7". Ovi's 6'8". It's just, Ovi's a physical beast. I mean, he is not a lot of fat on him. I'll just say that right now. His fat percentage is probably in the 2 and 3 range percentage. Look at this position he gets, though.
Yeah, just watching this back again.
Oof.
Just old school. He takes his time, doesn't he? That's what I like. He's got some minutes today, and he will take his time, get position. And now this is important. Makes it. And he's off and running from the free throw line. Under 5 minutes remaining. London Lions in control of this game, and 8+18 on the first. Ward Hibbett, but Newcastle Eagles, we've talked about it a number of times, will keep fighting. Professional pride. Ward Hibbett short. Long rebound. Soko to Reynolds. Reynolds attacks. Still attacking. Oh, look at Soko above the rim.
Obi was going to throw that down.
That would have been a big-time highlight.
Shavar Reynolds commits the foul, which was probably smart because Newcastle had the numbers. I think he only has 1 foul. I don't think it's too soon with the score 84-60 and under 4 to play that we can start looking forward to the next round and preview the London Lions and Leicester Riders. Your thoughts on that, and is it the same kettle of fish that Leicester is going to face? Same story, London's going to come at you at waves with a deep bench. Don't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, well, Leicester will have, as Newcastle had on this game, Leicester will have the first game. They've got to try and get a win there. They have had some incredible results since they've had the player changes and the issues. They've had incredible results, double overtime wins, winning this playoff series, and their confidence will be sky high, and London Lions will have to be ready for that game one. They don't want to let Leicester Riders, as Cole Long misses that short, they don't want to let Leicester Riders get a big lead in that first game, because it could happen.
Leicester can put up some points, but I think to your point too, I don't think Leicester has to win that game, but I think they have to keep it in single digits because you know it's going to await them on Sunday at the Copper Box.
You got it, and they've just got to compete with London Lions, and I think they can. And well, Coach Paternostra has done an amazing job. Total resilience from him and from that team, and it's going to be a really interesting semi-final. As is Manchester and Cheshire as well. The 2 and 3 seed going at it.
That one I think is going to be very close.
Tough to call.
I mean,
really
very
tough to call.
close.
Manchester will definitely want one more shot at London Lions in the final. But so Phoenix will say, don't forget about us, as Sandy impressing with the one-leg fadeaway there, Todd.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you there. I think that Manchester-Cheshire is going to be an amazing two-game stand, and we'll see how it all plays out. Obviously, the first game sets the tone, but I don't know, Leicester and Coach Rob, he's kind of like Harry Houdini. Just when you think that team is done and dusted for the year, they're going to fold up and just call it a season, he finds a way to get his guys elevated, amplitude, interested, engaged, and they squeeze out wins, and then all of a sudden, oh, now they're a hot team, and here they are getting to the second round.
Yeah, they win by 10 on the road today, 97-87 as Kieran Sandy's at the line.
Am I right or am I wrong in saying 2 or 3 months ago, Leicester was kind of, we were thinking maybe left for dead, and they're just going nowhere fast?
There was real problems with players not being able to get back in
Injuries,
the country,
yes.
etc. But Kedry and Johnson, 34 points today, double his average, and they're going to have to do something similar if they want to get past the lines and get into that playoff final. Of course, they won the playoffs last season as well, and there's McGusty, just can't get it to go. He's hit, no foul. Travel against Cole Long. McGusty got involved with some physicality there. But London Lions get the ball back.
He was the recipient of a Cole Long forearm to the melon, and Cole Long then commits the travel. So, yeah, McGusty's like, hey, you didn't see me get clocked by this big right forearm. Here it is one more time. Boom.
Under 3 minutes remaining here from Crystal Palace. Williams into Kieran Sandy, just long. But again, he's trying to stretch the game out. Shots up off the dribble, and Williams with the rebound.
You know, a big success for the London Lions, not only getting the win here, defending the aggregate they had, defending the home court here at Crystal Palace, and congratulations again, and thanks to the fans. They're coming out healthy.
Yeah,
no one went down with an injury. No one went down with any nagging, strain, or re-aggravation. They came out healthy.
And they're going to need everybody fit against the dangerous Leicester Riders as Aaron Rye goes to the line. Kieran Sandy flying and skying for that rebound. Okafor, more ball handling duties. Cole Long goes diagonal. They're into the front court. Camway's going to play a bit of ball handling. Aaron Wright keeps his hands
Oh, we got
up.
our first wedgie.
And Aaron trying to he gets it. That's great D, though, by Aaron Wright. Stayed up, hands straight up, well, no one wants to see that, though, if you're the guy shooting it.
No. Okay, that checks that box. So on your bingo cards, I think we've got everything pretty much checked. We've had some great dunks, great defense, good passes, excellent crowd. I'm telling you, keeping the Eagles to 60 points, that's in itself a great job. Oh, wow. Dean Williams making sure it stays at 60.
Whoa.
Oh.
I think there was a foul first, 2 shots incoming, but Williams was no way that ball was going down. And Cole Long will get to the free throw line.
He could have headed that.
Big time play from Dean Williams. Cole Long just over 78% from the line during the season, and gets the shooter's touch. Cole Long, another multi-talented player. Todd likes to shoot the three, but he can get all the way to the rack.
Yeah, very active two-way player, very physical, can kind of give you what you need. Doesn't have to be the star, doesn't need the ball in his hands, but he's a guy that's going to give you probably 10 to 15 points a game, 7-8 rebounds.
And now a bit of handoff action as Adamu attacks. Can't get past Camway, he's all the way out the other side. And the steal, and no foul called. Look at Ward Hibbett. Great effort and fight, and I think Newcastle are up on their feet, and they want an intentional foul or unsportsmanlike, and the referees are speaking, and it is unsportsmanlike, and that'd be 2 shots and possession.
So the Newcastle Eagles giving their fans something to cheer about before the long drive home.
Now Ward Hibbett at the line, 9 points, 3 or 4 from the line, and he's multi-talented in basketball, but as you alluded to, a tennis, tennis could have been his thing as well, or was his thing. Would you get the other side of the net to him?
I don't know. I've seen footage of his serve, and he'll put some heat across that on you. You've got to be ready to handle it.
And he's got good touch as well, as he's as he's showing us from the free throw line. Now, possession to the Eagles, and they want to finish this last 94 seconds. They want to finish with some positivity, but their season will end tonight, and London Lions will progress to the semi-finals for another 2-game aggregate score against Leicester. Camway with the throwdown, and he has just kept going and finally gets an open dunk.
Love the way Canway has played tonight, knowing that he's going to have to pick up the pace offensively. And the shot clock went off, but
and problems.
I don't think they reset it after that quick bucket and dunk by Canway.
Well, there's the shot clock, so they just need to get that sorted, and then we can get back underway.
Not bad for Canway tonight. 15 and 9, almost a double and double. We talked about the firepower, the offensive firepower that the Eagles were missing tonight. Did what he could down low.
Yeah, 7. That is impressive, and he had he had to have a big night on Friday as well. Played a lot of minutes. So just over a minute remaining. McGusty open and drains it and holds the follow through like another number 23 did a few years ago.
Cam McGusty pretty much puts the last nail in the proverbial coffin for the Newcastle Eagles and the 2026 season for them, as the London Lions now can start planning for Leicester. They've got themselves a 22-point lead. They had the aggregate. Cole Long getting them closer to 70 points.
Nice spin move from Long there, and Adamu trying to get the offensive foul, but nothing doing there. Williams sets the screen. McGusty, shot fake, just flips the ball in. It goes back out. Sandy attacks, spins. Just need to keep the ball moving, and Dean Williams, deep three, just long, and Ward Hibbett with the rebound.
Here's a guy that doesn't want the season to end.
No, he's injuries, and now he maybe have to try and get playing in a summer league or something, because he's looking sharp. And inside, Camway fakes, and a foul from Aaron Ryan. They just don't want to give Eagles anything easy to the last second.
No question about it. As you look at the scoreboard here at the Crystal Palace National Center, 88-68. Eagles can cut this thing and make it a under 20-point loss, which says something, as Aaron Ryan picks up his 4th or 5th, I can't tell from here. I think, is that 5 for Aaron? Looks like 4.
Rye has
10 points.
4 fouls,
10 points and 4. Doing Aaron Ryan kind of things.
Yeah.
Quietly goes about his business, gets double figures, gets rebounds.
10 points, 11 rebounds, double-double again. And you just wouldn't... His efficiency is startling. You know, and we talk about his fundamentals, and he's just perfect for this team. And I think as the season's gone on, he's really finding his role, as is Kieran Sandy. Important minutes for him. And can he continue his progression here at London Lions, the player from London? And London Lions are going to dribble this one out. The Newcastle Eagles just couldn't handle the Lions over 2 legs, and they are finally grounded for the last time this season. They came in short-handed. The fans are on their feet here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre, and it's a big, big win for the London Lions, and they win by 18 in the first game, and they win by even more tonight, 88-69.
Watching Darius Defoe go through the line and getting a lot of respect and love from the London Lions players, Josh Ward Hibbert as well. It was sad to see the Newcastle Eagles not being full strength, and I think that was the thing that the takeaway. Mitch Clark not playing in the second half was it just made it so difficult for them. Rayshon Taylor, Dion Hammond did what he could, but in the end, it's just too much London Lions. And I know Coach Rob Paternostro is probably watching this game. He'll watch this game, and he'll take a lot of notes. But I think he's smart enough coach to know he already knows what he's facing. He already knows what they'll have to do to be successful, and that is take care of the ball and crash the boards.
Yeah, you've got to keep London Lions off the glass and take your shots when you get them. But the London Lions fans have been treated to a great night here. It really just throws back, it's a real throwback to have top flight basketball here, Todd, and so many great memories. And I say again about Darius Defoe, this is where it started for him, in London, playing at places like this. And well, I can see Mark Studel there in the middle of the court. He's high-fiving his team and saying thank you for giving everything you've got, because you only get what you give, Todd. And they've tried their best, but with 6 players against 12, you know, high-level players, right, who are, the thing with the Lions, Todd, they are totally motivated and focused.
Yeah, they've just run into a team that is hitting their stride at the right time, not resting on their laurels. You can use all the cliches you want, but head coach Taufeeq Sabonis has this team playing at such a high level and not saying, oh, we've got this thing wrapped up. He is preaching, as you got firsthand witness to, the intensity that he brings to the pregame interview, even when they have an 18-point aggregate lead. To him, you think they were down 18 points.
And that's a great way for Sabonis. Now, as for Coach Studel, Newcastle Eagles coach, and obviously national team coach as well. Just a word about Mark, who was able to stay in the game for the duration as well.
Yeah, he picked up that technical foul, and I honestly think he did that for his team. Defending your team. Darius Defoe, another one, as his career comes to an end, more than likely at 41 years of age.
Sure.
Big tip of the cap, not only for the Newcastle fans for supporting him, but for what he gave the league.
Yeah, 28 trophies, and he was present for each and every one of them. And here's the stats for the game, and well, London Lions doing what London Lions needed to do, and just pick a couple out for us.
Yeah,
so,
we talked about the rebounds coming to this one, and I think the Newcastle Eagles, they were successful in that area. They 39 rebounds to 44. They lost that battle, but it wasn't lopsided. I look at the assists, and that is London Lions ball, sharing the ball, passing around 24 assists to 3. A lot of that can also be going Newcastle Eagles only having 7 players, but across the board, it was just a London Lions dominant performance.
Fantastic play, way above their, about 4 above their assist average. 44 rebounds in the end, as well as you can see Darius Defoe coming to the sideline. It's been a long career, but it's finishing here in defeat. But there's no shame in losing to this London Lions team. It's just the way you do it. And Eagles gave everything they had. And here's some highlights.
It just seemed like, as we watched Price, and we mentioned how he was the recipient of some great passes from Shavar Reynolds Jr. as well as from Aaron Wright, it just seems like everyone that got into the game took the most, basically the best opportunity to make a name for themselves. Everyone was saying, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do what the team needs to do. Not about me, it's about the team. And they never lost a beat. There was never a rotation that they brought in, Graham, that was like, ooh, that doesn't work. That rotation doesn't work. Everyone they put in did their job and filled their role.
Yes, wonderful balanced scoring from the Lions. At 10 points, 4 players with 10 points, and then down to 5. So between 10 and 5, everybody contributed. For Newcastle, 18 points for Camway, we mentioned him, 9 rebounds, 12 for Okafor, 14 for Long, and 7 rebounds, 11 points for Josh Ward-Hibbett, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He was heading towards a triple-double. And this is great for the fans and the families of the London Lions team. It really is up close and personal here at Crystal Palace. And with a full house and fans all around us tonight, Todd, we felt very much part of this event. And congratulations to London Lions. They go forward and they will meet Leicester Riders in the next round, in the semi-final. And Manchester Basketball will play Cheshire Phoenix, and Phoenix, being the lowest seed, in fact being the highest seed, will play at home second, but that will be confirmed. So here's the games from today. Just got a bit of break up on the screen. 85-90, Manchester win, and Cheshire win by 5 at home against Surrey 89ers, and 87-97 Riders win at Sheffield. What a performance. And London Lions 88, Newcastle Eagles 69. So Todd, your final thoughts on a dominant performance in the end by the Lions?
Well, I think the fact that the London Lions kept Newcastle to 69 points was impressive. And I think the fact that Newcastle scored 69 points with basically 6 guys was impressive. But going forward, anyone that faces the London Lions is going to have to face not one starting lineup, but probably two. And they've got 10, 11, 12 guys that will contribute. So preparing for that's going to be difficult. Head coach Rob Paternoster, we called him the Harry Houdini of coaching this year. He will find a way to get his guys points. They'll manufacture points. They'll do what they have to do. I think it's going to be a very compelling matchup, and I know that Coach Sabonis knows what Coach Rob is up to, and he will have his guys ready to go.
Yeah, they've got to be ready. Well, as we are going to leave you tonight, the Lions have roared, the Eagles are grounded. We'll leave you from the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre, London Lions, into the semi-finals. Good night.
Super League basketball is levelling up British hoops. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.